I don't see how you can say that he's not better than what Gerrard did for England. Gerrard had his moments, remarkable footballer. But Rooney's contribution, Gerrard's contribution, Lampard's...
talkSPORT Sports Update, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction, delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Good afternoon. Negligence. Simple analysis from Simon Jordan around Thomas Tuchel's World Cup semi-final tactics last night. He wants him gone, though the FA is planning to stick with the German. Mr. Jordan was confident the German was the right guy, but is baffled by last night's transformation, and then insists he had no regrets.
So Thomas Tuchel, sitting in a press conference afterwards, drinking his own Kool-Aid about the fact that the team didn't respond. You, my old son, were responsible for that performance and for that outcome.
So Simon joins many England fans in calling for Tuchel to be relieved of his duties. Former England captain Stuart Pearce, though, does not see the logic in that.
Tournaments are quite unique, and it probably takes you a tournament to understand the runnings of them and whatever. No matter how much club football you've got, going to a tournament is slightly different. And for me, it would be like throwing the baby out with the bathwater at this stage.
So that's the on-pitch stuff dealt with, but politics has very much entered the sporting fray once again. Downing Street releasing a statement today asking FIFA to look into whether Argentina's players broke their rules by unveiling a banner saying Las Malvinas son Argentinas. The Falklands are Argentine. Remember, 2 years ago, Rodri and Alvaro Morata were handed one-game bans after chanting Gibraltar is Spanish after beating England in the Euros final. Rory McIlroy is on the Royal Birkdale course at Golf's Open. You can hear commentary of the opening round live on talkSPORT 2, with England's Daniel Brown currently sharing the clubhouse lead. And off we go to Cardiff, where England are bowling in their second ODI with India. talkSPORT's cricket editor John Norman is watching.
2 wickets and 2 balls from Jofra Archer, just bringing this contest back the way of England. That after Archer nipped out Virat Kohli for the second ODI in a row. Kohli top scored with 65, but Shreyas Iyer is still out there.
Sport News.
In his prime, they're at 200 for 7, India. Apologies to that, John. Elsewhere today in news, a transgender woman has been charged over social media comments after Anne Widdecombe's death. And health experts say teenagers should be offered the meningitis vaccine. Tom has more at past.
talkSPORT weather, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
A small chance of a thunderstorm in the southwest, hot and dry elsewhere. Dry and clear tonight and very warm overnight in the south.
Brace yourself now for the latest sequel.
Very close game.
It is tight and tense.
We've done so well for that kind of 60 minutes. We scored, we deserve to be ahead.
It's out for Morgan Rogers. 2-away man in the middle. Oh, it's in! Swept into the bottom left-hand corner by Anthony Gordon.
Keep composure, keep a cool head.
Permission granted to start believing.
I mean, talk about literally not just throw it away, but hand the initiative and then throw it away.
No, I don't regret it. It doesn't help if you regret anything. You take the decision in the moment.
Be brave! Be brave, Thomas! This is what we brought you in for!
But inevitably, it's going to come straight back again. I mean, the possession since the goal feels like it's about 80-20.
The mentality was go back, defend.
Sets it up for Fernandes again in space, and there's the equaliser.
They're just playing the penalty for just shrinking back into that defensive unit.
I think Tuchel's got this tactically totally wrong.
Back in from Messi, and headed in by Lautaro Martinez. That ends England's latest World Cup adventure.
That we win and lose together, that's just the way it goes.
And the long, interminable wait just goes on.
As the writings on the wall.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon. Welcome welcome to World Cup Drive. I'm Andy Goldstein, he's Darren Bent. We're live from the Virgin Hotels here in New York. Oh dear, by jingo. What a tough night it was. On today's show, Troy Deeney will join us shortly as we unpack a bad night for the Three Lions. We'll find out who Adrian Durham blames for England's performance yesterday. We'll also get your thoughts on that third place playoff as Thomas Tuchel's side stick around to take on France, and we'll tell you how you can get over last night's disappointing defeat. I don't know how we'll do that. This is World Cup Drive. Once again, football isn't coming home. Benty, good to see you.
Hey, brother.
Before we talk about last night's football, you've been hanging out with Woody Harrelson this morning. Huh?
Hey, stop that.
Woody Harrelson just nonchalantly puts up a text on the go, me and Woody hanging out.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. You know me, obviously paddle at 7:30 this morning. Get down there playing. Next call, look up, Woody Harrelson. Like probably one of my favourite. I don't talk about him enough, but some of my favourite.
Oh, is he now? Now he is, yeah.
No, some of my favourite films growing up.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump, incredible.
Yeah.
Money Train, obviously him and that Wesley Snipes combination, incredible. Yeah. Indecent Proposal.
Like Cheers.
Yeah, Cheers.
Cheers, unbelievable.
Yeah, but I was obviously young for that.
Oh, right, okay.
Indecent Proposal. That's
good film.
$1 million, yeah. Yeah,
that's cheap now, isn't it?
Obviously, True Detective. That show on Sky.
Yeah, we get it that you like him.
But he was the nice. You know, sometimes you meet superstars, right? And
yeah.
You think, he was the nicest guy, and honestly, I could not speak highly enough of him. But thank you very much for the picture, Woody Harrelson, legend.
Yeah, how nice is that? Yeah. That was great. We've got lots coming up on today's show. Obviously, it's all about England last night.
Yeah.
Now we've got so much to talk about.
Yes, I have booked my flight. Oh, sorry.
Pardon?
Yes, I have booked my flights, but
you have booked your flights. We've got so much to talk about. I don't know about you, but over the last 12 hours since we got beat against Argentina, I've looked on social media. I've looked on YouTube. I've seen everyone from Gary Neville to Ian Wright to Roy Keane to Gary Lineker to Alan Shearer to Jamie O'Hara to Simon Jordan.
Jeez, no. How have you dropped O'Hara in the middle of those names?
I went top end, and I've gone right at the bottom. Right, I'm just proving the point. I've gone everywhere.
Yeah.
And every single person agrees the fault is with the manager for that substitution.
Yeah.
72 minutes where Gordon came off and Ezri Konsa came on.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: we've got so much to do. Is it as simple as that, Dee?
Yeah, it is. I think it is, because I listen. First and foremost, like I've glazed over social media, because I do feel like when we get a scenario like this, people it's like they enjoy this opportunity to come up with the most outlandish conversation and outlandish quotes just to get their kind of clicks and likes. Now, when you look back at the game last night, yes, Thomas Tuchel, if you asked him quietly, it was his fault, the substitution, but he got away with it against Mexico because he was down to 10 men and people did their jobs clearing the box. He got away with it to a certain extent against Norway, but Dan Burn come on, had the big header, and it was all singing and dancing. Last night, and again, we spoke about it, last night for me, Argentina was their first proper test in this whole tournament. If you'd have looked at every single team we'd played against up until last night, you'd have said England should beat them. Even Mexico, England should win that. The first time, once again, we've come up against a side that we're not favoured to beat. They've got the world champions, they've got reputation, they've got Messi, they've got great players. We faltered again, but again, unfortunately, I thought we were good enough. Certainly the way the first half was, I thought we were good enough to win it. But the last, I'd say probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes cost us, because they started to get on the ball. Messi started to have more of an impact on the game. But then Thomas Tuchel, when you ask him about the substitutions, I mean, it's different when you're going up against a team like Norway and Mexico. And this is no disrespect to these teams, but they're more hoping than anything. They're just crossing the ball in the box, hoping that someone gets the end of it. When you get to levels where you've got the likes of Messi, Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister, these guys are looking for little gaps, little probes. And the way Messi, and this is why for me, Messi's still the best player on the planet. Now, I thought, he's got nothing left. He has got loads left. He just keeps probing and probing. And when they put the ball in the box, they don't just put it in the box for hoping someone gets on the end of it. They've kind of figured it out in terms of they've moved, they've shifted. And when it's the right time to go in, it goes in with quality, which is why McAllister, who's, 5'7"?
Yeah.
He can get his head to it and hit the post. They hit the post just after that as well. So I think performance-wise, I thought was good first half, but I think Thomas Tuchel with those substitutions, he just invited the pressure. And when you play against a side like Messi and Argentina, you're not going to be able to just hold on for that. You're not going to. It's impossible.
Let's hear from the England manager, Thomas Tuchel. He spoke to talkSPORT's Faye Carruthers after his side's devastating last gasp defeat to Argentina in the World Cup semi-final last night. He was asked whether he regrets going to a back five so early on.
No, I don't regret it. It doesn't help if you regret anything. You take the decision in the moment. anyway, like the focus on any structure is and in hindsight itself makes no sense, but the structure itself is just a structure. The important thing is that you put it to life and that you stay aggressive. You can defend crosses in a 4-4-2. We didn't. That's why I tried to help with a back five.
Sure, I think he panicked.
I agree.
I think Thomas Tuchel was a top quality manager, and even though this kind of debacle that's just happened, I still think he's a top manager. But in that pressure moment, he panicked. Simple as that.
Well, he's not a top manager because top managers don't panic.
Yeah, but he's a top manager because he's won big trophies.
I know, but in the bar we were watching it last night on 72 minutes when he made that change, when he effectively invited Argentina on to attack us.
Yeah.
You said it, I said it, he said it, she said it. Everyone in the bar. Everyone said, why are we doing it on 70 minutes? It's madness. We're going to concede now, right?
Yeah.
My daughter, who's watching back in London, who's 14, texts me saying, is this bad? And I put, we're going to have to endure now 20, 25 minutes of them just pumping our goal, right? Now, if I knew that, and everyone on the planet knew that, why on earth does the England manager not recognise that?
No, I get that, and you're right. Like, I don't understand why he went so early with it, right? But I mean, he still is a top manager because how long? Like we talk about Pep, right? When he first got to City, how long did it take him to win the Champions League? And every single time he kept tinkering with the team, and you're going, "What's he doing?" But he's still a top manager. He just kept making mistakes.
But this England manager has been brought in to do stuff that Southgate couldn't do.
I get
that. Now that was exactly the same. That was exactly the same.
It's not as simple as that.
It is, all the problems we had in the Euro final against Italy when we were like, the game was there to be won.
Yeah.
The manager wasn't savvy enough to get us over the line. Let's get rid of Southgate. Let's get a manager who knows what it's like to win the Champions League, who knows what it's like to make these split-second decisions and not panic when we need it the most. And that's what didn't happen.
I get that, but it's first of all, it's one tournament, right? So I don't think he should go anywhere.
Oh, I do.
I don't. Because,
I do.
Because we gave Gareth what 5, 6.
Doesn't matter. He proved last night that he can't do it.
No, so that for me. That's
what more evidence do you?
No,
need?
but you give him one tournament.
I'll give him one. Look, if we would have gone out to the better team last night, right?
We went out to the world champions.
No. If we would have gone out to the better team last night, right? Who played us off the park for 90 minutes?
Yeah.
And they beat us 3-1. And we were coming on today going, well, we're just, leagues apart, the better team won it. Then I go, okay, you give him time to build. But the game was there for us to win. And tactically, he couldn't work it out. And that's why I don't think he's good enough.
No, he's more than good enough. But I just think for Gareth Southgate...
Last night, was he?
No, but Gareth, he made a bad decision. And I'm sure quietly he'll say that he made the wrong decision. But I still think you give him another tournament. You give him another tournament to see how. And if it goes badly again, then you give it to him.
If it was 25
you can't give Gareth 4, 5... 6 years or however long he's been in time.
But Gareth went into that job without being a winner, without the CV.
You still got to give people time.
What more proof do you need?
It's not about proof. I think the next tournament he'll be better. I'd give him another. I think it's too simplistic to go, right, we've just lost in the semi-final.
But you just told me he panicked.
He did panic, but top managers...
He's going to be the best manager in the world, or one of them.
How many times did we see Pep panic for Man City? And he'd won COVID.
Like
well, how long did it take? I know. How long?
We're all sitting in a bar.
No, how long?
And we all know it's the wrong decision.
How long did he take Pep to win the Champions League at City? Did he do it year 1? Nope. 2? Nope. 3? Nope. But no one sat here and went, I've got to sack him. You have to give him time. Okay, if you sack him, where'd you go then?
Oh, Pep's available. Okay, let me ask you this.
No, but then
would we have lost that game last night with Pep in the dugout?
Who knows?
What do you think?
I have no idea, because I didn't think Thomas Tuchel would have done that. But he did. But I'm not sacking him now.
But we all know his decision cost us that World Cup final.
Yeah, he made the mistake.
And in a one-off game against Spain, who are the better team, in a one-off game, you never know, right? So you could argue that decision has cost us the World Cup.
Potentially, but I think it's too many if, buts and maybes. Did he get it wrong yesterday in terms of the substitutions? Yes. Am I sacking him? No. Not yet. I'm giving him another one.
And then what? Same again?
Well, no, but
okay, so let me ask you this. You're giving him another one, right?
Yeah.
That's the Euros. Mm-hmm. What does he have to do for you to so he keeps his job?
Well, he's got to obviously win at some point. That's what he's been brought in to do.
Yeah, but you're giving him one more go.
Yeah.
So has he got to win it?
He's got to win it, yeah. But if he gets to the final and they get beat by France or Spain with a better side and it's close, then you go, okay, fair enough. We are going in the right direction. But you can't just hire a manager, sack him if you don't win.
Well, it's not that we, as I said, it's not that we just didn't win. It's the style, the manner in which we lost. No. I mean, it was a schoolboy error. Schoolboy.
If you're honest, we didn't play well this whole tournament.
That's true. Right, we didn't.
And do you know what? And by the way, you are one of them. After the Croatia first, second half.
You're not pointing at me when you...
Yeah, you, from second half Croatia game, oh my goodness, it's the best I've seen, 66. What? What?
I never...
66?
That's a misquote. I never said that.
So many people were getting so carried away after that second half Croatia.
No, I never said that.
You did.
I never said the best.
Me and you were having debates about it.
That wasn't over that game.
No, it was. It was after the second half.
No.
I'm lying.
No. I tell you what. Listen, look at me. You're getting that conversation mixed up with when we beat Mexico. I said that's one of the best matches I've ever seen.
No, after the
Joe, am I telling the truth?
After the second half, Croatia, you and many others were going, that's the best I've seen England play in a half of football since '66.
No, a complete misquote.
You said it.
No, I said after we beat Mexico, that's one of the best games of football I've ever seen.
Second half, Croatia is what I heard.
No. Why are you doing that to our listeners? Why are you lying? They know. They're listening to this going, Bentley's lying again.
They're going, Goldstein.
Bentley's lying again. We've got a busy show.
So you're sacking him?
I am sacking him. Yeah, he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Troy Deeney's going to join us, right?
Yeah, I'm not sacking him.
He'll say like that, get rid of him.
Okay, but potentially, but I don't believe it's the right decision.
What did last night prove to you about the manager? He's good enough or he's not good enough?
He's still got a lot to learn about international football.
It's Thomas Tuchel, mate. What do you mean he's got a lot to learn? He was brought in for that reason.
No, I still get that, but I think
what are you doing to my voice? He's going high and I can't cope with it.
It's too simplistic to just go, right, we went out in the semi-final to the world champions who've had the same manager for I don't know how long.
Should we have won?
I thought we were the better side, but ultimately I didn't expect Messi to, well, I did it, it's my own fault, Messi to turn into, again, the greatest player on the planet.
Do you know, in those last, I think, 23 minutes, do you know how many completed passes England had?
7, 8?
3.
Yeah.
And that was Pickford to Stones and back.
Yeah.
And then one other.
Yeah, so listen, I get it, and obviously it's the day after, everyone's emotional, everyone's screaming and shouting.
Who are you blaming for last night?
Oh yeah, that falls at the feet of the manager, 100%, but I ain't sacking him for it.
You are listening to World Cup Drive. We're live in New York. What do you make of the backdrop?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Looks cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it
the good thing is, it's even though we're outside, it's not 39 degrees.
Yeah, I think it's about 37.
Really, really pleased about that. Former Watford captain Troy Deeney, always wanted to sit on the fence, will join us right after this.
He seems to be into the fact that it was kind of a premeditated idea by Gabriel Clark to ask a question in a divisive way. You know him, you've done this job, so what did you make of the interview and what do you make of all the fallout from it?
Well, straight after the interviews, I sent Gabriel a text and I said, a masterclass in the art of post-match interviewing. And I would stand by that now. Gabriel's not a sensationalist. He's not out for headlines. He will look you in the eye and ask a straight question. Having been in that situation, I think he might have been slightly surprised when Tuchel came and said we were poor and we didn't do this and we didn't do that. That might have surprised him slightly, and he threw the mentality line in that Tuchel bit his head off about. But those situations, you've got a limited amount of time. There's no way that you're going to go, I'm going to ask him this and wind him up here, and then I'll get Bellingham. And by the way, what a story that's going to be. That's not Gabriel. Gabriel's the best in the business at doing that by a considerable margin and has been for many years. And when Gabriel put it to him, your manager wasn't very happy overall, and he shrugged his shoulders and said, whatever. Fine.
Do you think Gabriel could have qualified it a bit more? Maybe in hindsight, he thinks if he'd said the manager wasn't happy with performance, not in terms of effort, maybe in terms of quality, you can play better than that as a team.
I think you and everyone that's ever asked a question would look back and go, perhaps I could have asked that question a bit better. But in the heat of the moment there, in those bowels, when the adrenaline is still running, it was a straightforward, it was an honest bit of interviewing. It wasn't tricky. And I was thinking about it coming in here. There's been nothing from the England camp.
No drama, is there?
There's been nothing. There's been no fights. There's been no drunks. There's been no women. There's been nothing untoward. And I think a lot of people jumped on this. Here's a bit of division here, Bellingham and Tuchel, etc., etc. There's a bit of history there, and I think it has been blown up out of all proportion.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Welcome back to World Cup Drive. We're live on talkSPORT in New York, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube. Me, Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. In a moment, we'll say hello to the president of the Jordan Pickford fan club, Troy Deeney, is alongside us. Still to come as well, we'll be taking your calls on last night's football. Are we being slightly overly harsh on Thomas Tuchel, or does he need to go? 03717 223344. We'll say hello to Troy in just a moment. Just quickly, let's get an update from round one of the Open at Royal Birkdale. Watching for talkSPORT is Hugo Chambray.
Afternoon, Andy. Yes, I've just watched Rory McIlroy miss the fourth green right. He made 3 pretty comfortable pars to get his round underway. Elsewhere, well, football's not coming home, but could golf be? An Englishman has not won the Open on English soil since 1969, and there's one tied at the top of the leaderboard. Dan Brown is 4 under par. He was in the mix at the Open a couple of years ago and stayed in the thoughts of quite a few people because he was smoking cigarettes during his round to calm his nerves. He's been asked about that post-round, and he says he's worried the course is so dry because of the hot weather he's going to have to be quite careful stubbing out his cigarettes. He said sorry if his mum's listening because he got through about 7 or 8 in today's round. The lead currently Dan Brown 4 under par, tied with Sung Jae Im. There's live commentary over on talkSPORT.
Thanks for that, Hugo. Right, let's round up all the very latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Bit cold up here, isn't it? Bit cold. I know you and I have got shorts and tees. It's a bit cold, isn't it? Freezing. I should have bought a jacket. Anyway, joining us now is former Watford captain, our mate. Oh, he's got a jacket, a coat on, trousers as well. Troy Deeney.
Trouser.
I know, yeah.
I know.
All right, Troy?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
Looks well, doesn't he?
Looks great.
Living the dream.
Looks great. Why you got a coat on? What's going on?
Just, why not? I'm acclimatised to the summer. It's a little bit overcast. It's not the warmest right now.
We've got you for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Telling you now, you won't finish the show with that jacket on.
Just because you said that, I am definitely going to. Even if I'm dabbing, I'm going to eat
That's why I said it. All right, Troy, good to see you.
I'm great. How are you?
Where do we start?
I think we should start on last week's comments where you guys, specifically you, were saying I was too harsh. I'm too harsh. We're winning. That's all that matters.
Okay, so if you're going to quote me, too harsh on what? What did I say you're too harsh on?
On the performances, we're getting the job done. Jordan Pickford, we're getting the job done.
Well, in answer to your question, we should have won last night. It wasn't the performance that let us down. It was the manager and his decisions, right?
No. I think he's a part to play. I think it's a full collective. I hate when we do this. We lose and we look for the individual. Like it's got to be one. The manager, okay, could he have made better changes? Yeah. But also, he made the changes because they'd already backed off. They were already, McAllister already hit the post. Jordan Pickford already made a great save. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, those things were already happening, so he's reacting to what the players are doing.
But you can't deny that as soon as you take Gordon off and bring a defender on, you are inviting them on for the last 25, 30 minutes.
But also, you were giving him credit for doing that against Mexico.
And Norway.
Okay,
you know
what I mean?
Well, so, like, in answer to that, against Mexico, we're down to 10 men.
Yeah, so this leads on to my perfect, what I kind of teed you up a little bit there, I'll be honest. So all the way through, all we kept hearing was about how great these substitutions are. So Croatia, we were poor, first half. He makes changes, but they're like-for-like changes. They're not tactical changes. It's just not playing well on the left-hand side, put Rashford in. Not playing good on the right-hand side, I think it was Saka came in. So not tactical tweaks, just plan A's not working, so make plan A work with a different person. Everyone, oh, look how aggressive he was. Wonderful, so aggressive, just because we won. The next 3 games were bang average. We're bang average all the way through the tournament. Bang average, don't make any changes. The one tactical change he has to make is enforced. Someone gets sent off, oh, he's a tactical genius. Dan Bird is a cult hero for heading the ball. Yeah. Cult hero for heading the ball. Mark Gahey, Stones, the lads who've been playing all the way through, no one talks about. No. Dan Bird's is top man. You were saying I was too harsh on him. How did he do when he came on yesterday heading the ball?
Didn't win one header.
Oh, didn't win one header. Oh, sorry.
Can I ask? I understand what you're saying.
But, like, when we win it...
No, hold on, let me answer that. I understand what you're saying. But I can only comment up to what I've seen.
Of course.
But so after the Mexico game or the Norway game, I can't say Dan Burn was amazing. But my worry is if we play Argentina with 20 minutes to go, I can't see
but you can
I can mark this out of 10 up to what I've seen.
I was calling it fair. Yes, we won. However, these gaping things were showing all of the time. And because it's England and because we're going with our emotions and we're going, we can't just put it to one side.
Yeah.
And you know, I was explaining it to my wife yesterday. Perfect example, right? You know when you tell your kids, don't run with scissors. Don't mess about near the iron. Okay. Don't play with anything. You know, you tell them don't do anything.
Your house is a death trap.
Everyone's house is. But you tell them don't do, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be right. Because if you're right, that means they've hurt themselves.
Yeah.
But when you are right, you go, told you.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at this situation now. I told you this.
Okay. I don't see it as a you were right, I was wrong, I was right, you were wrong. I see it as up until 72 minutes, we were going to get into the World Cup. Oh, we weren't crap.
The goal was a wonderful ball from Morgan Rogers. Yeah. But I'm asking you to put your playing hat on now.
Yeah.
Your Argentina, is that a good goal or has they switched up at the back post?
That's a bad goal. You switched off. The right back, or was it the right back? Doesn't it doesn't even react.
Why does that need to criticise a bad goal for England? It was a great goal. We went 1-0 up. It's a great cross.
It was a great cross.
Why can't you argue that Gordon lost his man to score the goal?
Because the geezer doesn't even see him.
Well,
it doesn't go like.
There must be a reason for that.
He doesn't run and go boom boom. He just runs and the guy's like, oh my man.
Troy, you can't criticise a goal that we scored.
I'm not criticising it. I'm saying we didn't play well. We had 5 shots in the whole game.
Yeah.
They had 5 on target. Remember, they don't call the 2 that hit the post on target.
Yeah.
But
so they had the same amount of shots.
But man for man, they're better than us. But
no, they're not.
Well, they are.
No, they're not.
Not man for man, they're not.
Man for man, they're better than us.
Well, last night they were.
Yeah, but still, I think maybe you maybe at a stretch, maybe 3 of their players maybe gets into the England.
Exactly. And they're not man for man better than us. What they can do better, and this is why I thought Messi's greatness yesterday really showed.
Yeah.
Because you know when they were 1-0 down, there was 40 minutes left, he went, give me the ball. He lost it a few times, give it me again. He hit crosses over, give it me again. Don't worry, just keep giving it me because I know I'm going to do it. Everyone in their team went, there's 2 lines. You can either be, I'm going to be the person who doesn't make a mistake, I'm going to be the person who wins the game. Everyone in their team and their bench went, we're going to win the game, I'm going to be the man.
Yeah.
Our team went, don't be the one to make the mistake.
No.
And we played with fear. Now, that doesn't always come from the manager, that comes from the players within. One person I do want to give a shout, because I've been very harsh on him with this whole thing. Jed Spence was top draw.
Yeah, he was.
Was top draw. So I give credit where it's due. But we've got top players, apparently. Where were they?
Let me ask you this question. We've got so much to talk to you about. Let me ask you this question, right? Because we've got lots to talk about. I'm not cutting you off, but we need to get to break. Just answer this, and on your answer, we'll pick it up after the break. If you were writing a list, 1 to 12, of people responsible for last night's defeat, who is top? What's the first name on your list?
Whoever's head of the FA.
Okay. For last night's football?
Because...
So, hold on. So last night's defeat was nothing to do with the players or the manager?
No, you said top of my list.
Yeah, for last night.
Get 12, say the top one, and we're going to pick it up. And
for last night, you think the FA was to blame?
You know why? Because what was the original remit of Tuchel? Just into the World Cup. Yeah. Win us the World Cup, we'll see how it is, we'll assess it, and then we'll go.
Okay, who's second?
And then what we did...
Second?
No, who's second? And then what we did was go, Man United might be interested. Here you go, here's some security.
Okay, who's second?
Tuchel.
Okay, we'll talk about Thomas Tuchel.
That's what he wanted.
He went to
I just want to know second. I don't care about first. That was a round up with the latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. They're here for it.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Look at that, after your comment, look, they're coming to get you. Next up, we'll be taking your calls 0371 722 3344. What is missing with this England team? Is it time for Tuchel to go? First up, it's time for a bit of no Googling. We want to know which player has played the most games in the World Cup without ever losing. Which player has played the most games in, I think that's this World Cup actually, not this World Cup without ever losing. Or maybe it's anyway, the answer, whatever it is, the answer, it's the. What player? What player has played the most games in the World Cup and never lost?
Okay.
All right, it's a great question. The answer to that and more from Troy Deeney. We'll talk about his number 2. Well, that sounds wrong. Right after this. See you in a second.
Has to go, mate. I'm sorry, Jeff. Like, when we are paying £8 million for a foreign coach to come in and win us our first trophy since 1966, and that's what he does in a semi-final for an Argentinian side that were there for the taking, and to do what he did, 10 times worse than anything Southgate's ever done negatively. I'm sorry, he has to go, mate. Simple as that. The FA have to make a decision, and I just didn't like his interview, the arrogance of his interview, no regrets. Yes, you have got regrets, mate. You've got regrets. There was loads of trouble after the game across the country. Everyone was together. And that's on you, Thomas Tuchel. That's on you. The negativity, cowardly tactics. You can't blame the players. I'm hearing people say, Jeff, that, the players on the pitch have got to make decisions. There's some experience. No, you listen to your coach. Your coach tells you to play a certain formation. You listen to him.
Yeah.
He has to go. Simple as that. No foreign coach has ever won the World Cup. Maybe for a reason. We've given it a go now again with a foreign coach, and that's what he's done.
I mean, Alan here has just tested the same sort of thing you were saying. So Tuchel's shortcomings have been exposed. What about the players' shortcomings? Well, look, the players, we've got 6 defenders on. We've got 4 central defenders on at the end for the cross that Messi puts into Laura Martinez. So, yes, I get that. But ultimately, the can has to be carried by the coach, especially with the negativity. I mean, look, everybody said this, but the negative. Anthony Gordon is flying. We scored a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. You'll have loved, the fact that Kane, Declan Rice, who's soon to come off as well, Morgan Rogers, and a lovely finish to Anthony Gordon. And Gordon's feeling 10 feet tall, so what do we do? Yeah. Oh, we'll take him off.
When you think about some of the stadiums that have hosted games in the World Cup, sometimes it's hard not to be completely overawed. But what's the biggest? One thing we have to be clear about is that older stadiums will have had higher capacities when it was standing only. A good example of this is the old Wembley. For the final in '66, the capacity was 125,000. But that was later reduced to 100 when it was converted into an all-seater in 1990. Another example is this, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. Back in '86, it's estimated around 115,000 people watched Argentina beat West Germany to win their second World Cup. Essential modernisation so it could be used in the 2026 tournament reduced it to 83,000. You can't talk about old stadiums with high capacities without mentioning Brazil's Maracanã. Some say the jewel in football's crown. In the 2014 World Cup, its capacity stood at just under 79,000. But back in 1950, Well, it wasn't official, but estimates believe 210,000 people came to this place for a winner-takes-all match between Brazil and Uruguay. That's still the world record attendance for a live football match, and let's be honest, it's not likely to be beaten anytime soon.
Been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way.
It's so sad when they play some Fast and Furious.
Sad, that Which one? 11.
No, it's the one.
Is that when they're flying to the moon?
No, it's the one where Paul Walker's brother plays him at the end because he's obviously sad.
Oh, why would you put that on me?
Well, I'm asking you, innit? You cracking jokes.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Which one? Which one? How many?
I don't know, but since he passed, I've not watched any others after that.
What's he do to me? He mentions people that passed away.
That's what this song was from, right? Fast and Furious.
What movie does he drive to get a rocket ship to the moon?
That's like 9 or 10. Ridiculous.
Real storyline, Troy. Before the break, I asked the question, which players played the most games in the World Cup without ever losing?
Who did you play for?
Argentina.
Alexis McAllister.
It is Alexis McAllister. 11 wins, 2 draws. Still to come, we'll be discussing whether Lionel Messi is the best player in the world still.
Yes.
After he dragged Argentina to the World Cup final last night. It was insane. Let's continue reacting to that now. After the game, Jamie O'Hara was nearly in tears on the sports bar as he laid into Thomas Tuchel.
We go 1-0 up. Be brave. Be brave, Thomas. This is what we brought you in for. We brought you in for this moment. We got rid of Southgate because he bottled it, because he weren't brave. We brought you in for now to make that decision. We're 1-0 up in a World Cup semi-final. Bring on Rashford. Bring on Saka. And if they score, they score. But at least we're going to go down fighting. At least we're going to go down with some pride. We fell out of the World Cup in disgrace because of him. Because of him. And we brought him in for this job. This is what we brought him in for, to get us over this line. And it's the same old England. Same old crap. Same old guff.
I don't.
I can't believe it, Jace.
Well, no.
Jace, I can't believe it.
No,
it's a disgrace.
He
should be sacked. Get him out. Gone.
Do you know anyone would do anything for some clicks and likes nowadays, wouldn't they?
We could have been talking about Spurs. That could have been from last season,
Honestly.
right? What do you make of that, Troy?
This is half the problem. Me and Betty were just talking in the break there. We blame the FA, we blame Tuchel, we blame the players. I think we got to blame media as well. Because O'Hara was one of the biggest ones when we were winning. I don't care, we're through. I don't care, it's coming home.
Yeah.
We lose, it's a disgrace, it needs to go. You can't be up there and then down there. No. Like, we've got to be really honest at it. The guys, we ultimately finished where we're ranked, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're the top 4. We got to the last 4.
Yeah.
That's where we went out. There's another level to go to get to Spain, Argentina, France. Maybe France beat us 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, there's a whole nother level to get to. But
I think it's just the manner in which we lost. I think
100%. Sorry, go on.
No, it is the manner, right? And the substitutions didn't help. But ultimately, you have to be realistic and say, throughout the course of this whole tournament, we've seen Spain play really well. We've seen France play really well. We've seen Argentina maybe not play as well as the other two, but still have found a way to get it over the line. England haven't looked convincing throughout the whole tournament.
No, that is true.
Second half against Croatia is probably the only time you'd go, they played really well. But of the groups phase was a bit of a...
even that was moments.
Exactly.
And this is where I think a lot of blame goes to Thomas Tuchel. Because I'm going to ask you one simple question. How do England play?
Scrappy.
So what have you been working on? Every time I watch a game, like we watch football a lot, right? You can see within the first 5 minutes, oh, that's what they've been trying to do. Every game we've watched for England, I'm going, what's the plan? What are we trying to do?
That's fair.
And that's where I think he comes under a lot of pressure, because I even thought Morgan Rogers coming in, I thought, oh, that's a real good tactical decision there. But we'd actually never worked on anything on how to get him the ball.
No, do you know, the only time, not so much the only time it worked, because I thought Morgan did okay, was the goal.
Yeah.
He got him in open space, he got his head up, and that's what you want to see from wide players.
Of course.
If him on the right-hand side, whoever's wide, you want to see the opposite wide man getting into the back post. So that goal, in terms of a textbook goal, is perfect.
Do you not go back as well to the squad he picked, the players he took and the players that he didn't take?
That's always going to be the case. And I've said it from, I was talking, obviously, you know, I worked for CBS, I was talking about it yesterday. I take it back to, we worked the championship final. It was the day before. We was at Wembley and the squad was announced. 2 right backs who have been injured all season, and in their history they're injury prone. How can you go with just those 2? We leave Lewis Hall at home.
Yeah, leave even Luke Shaw at home.
Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. There's always going to be people that you can go, why didn't they come? He's made that, he will have to live and die by his decisions. But to me, taking Ollie Watkins and giving him minimal time, Ivan Toney giving him minimal time. If you know Harry's your man and that's who we're going with, why not leave those 2 lads at home? And it's no disrespect to those lads, but bring a Cole Palmer, bring a Phil Foden, who can then impact, because you're not taking Harry off. Even in that game yesterday, his heat map in the second half, did you see it after the goal?
Didn't move.
It was left back.
Well,
was down there.
we finished our World Cup with Dan Burn playing up top.
And he didn't win a header.
Right, let's hear some of your shared takes with Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Yes, we're here. We're going to take some of your calls on all things England and Thomas Tuchel after we crashed out the World Cup. Let's go to line 1. Ian, the West Ham fan, joins us. Hi, Ian.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
We're good, man. We're good. There's a bit of a delay, so off you go with your point. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I think you just touched on it to a certain extent. But the moment Thomas Tuchel picked that side and left those players out, he put himself in a position where it was boom or bust, win or nothing. Throughout this tournament, we've basically overstated how well we've done because we've got the results. But we got results against teams that we should be beating. And when it came to the crunch, we in the 93rd minute had Ezri Konsa hit the first man twice in a position that Trent Alexander-Arnold should have been. And I think that summed it up. But what was interesting for me is Darren said he wouldn't sack Tuchel. Now, we can all universally agree that he got the tactics wrong yesterday, but he's also come out and said he wouldn't do anything differently. So by that definition, why would Darren want to keep Thomas Tuchel in charge if he can't see that he got that wrong yesterday?
Good question. Yeah, thank you for that.
The thing is, though, I know full well that he knows he got it wrong. But he's obviously come out and he's the England manager. He's got to have to stand by. He's got the courage of his conviction. He's going to have to, even though he knows full well those substitutions that he made were wrong, he's going to have to come out and go, do you know what? I back it. I made a decision because he's the England manager.
But Benty, he also said that was our best game.
I know, yeah. Yeah,
he gave me Ten Hag. You know, when, again, you're a Man United fan. You know, when you're seeing bad performances, you're losing, and then they go to you, no, you're not seeing that.
Yeah.
This is how it is.
They're either lying or it's a worry what they're seeing. And
exactly, yeah.
Good call, Ian. Thank you for that. Let's go to line 2. Matt, the Leicester fan, joins us. Hi, Matt.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. Off you go. What point do you want to make?
I just think it's way too easy to just blame Tuchel. I mean, like, after a scrappy first half, we get on the first 10 minutes of the second half, we're playing fast back to front, we're playing wide and getting it into the box. On 55 minutes, we go ahead, and it's the same as when it was Shearer against Germany, when it was Owen against Brazil, when it was Shaw against Italy. The English mentality is to go back. I honestly do not think that Tuchel told the players, get one goal and recede. On 72 minutes, he makes the first substitute. That's almost 20 minutes after the goal. So he's looking at it. We've had zero possession at that point, and he's probably gone, this isn't what I've told them to do, but they need help. And he waited 20 minutes to make that change. And yeah, Gordon's the best two-way player that we've got, but then who else are you going to take off? Kane? No. Bellingham? Morgan's only in there because Madueke is absolutely useless and Zach is injured, so I can't see what else he was supposed to do.
You know, from Matt, it's a really good point that what he's making there about Thomas Tuchel, because, and Troy said it at the top, to be fair, I'm sure the instruction from Thomas Tuchel wasn't to drop But ultimately, they ended up dropping anyway. So he thought, well, do you know what? They're not getting up the pitch. And again, we all believe Kane's one of the best on the planet, which he is. But he hasn't got the legs to get them up the pitch. So he's now playing. And I always think in those scenarios as a centre forward, and you know it, Troy, sometimes you have to be brave. Like the centre forward had to stay high because how are you ever supposed to get out?
But I was going to say, like, my pushback to that is, again, Thomas Tuchel's been brought in to make harsh decisions. And I was screaming for Harry Kane to come off.
Yeah.
Because, not that Harry can't do it, but I saw this in the Euros. Remember, he was dropping deep and everyone was going, oh, he's the reason. But you've got Ivan, you've got Ollie Watkins, you've got Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
And then both of their centre-halves, by the way, were on yellow cards.
Yeah.
The second they got to yellow cards, we stopped running in behind.
No.
We just did everything. Whatever the game decided, we did the opposite.
Yeah.
And I feel like we did that in all of the key moments throughout the whole tournament.
Okay, thank you for taking the time to call in. If you didn't get through, well, there's still loads of time on our show. Pick up the phone. You could be next. 0371 722 3344. That was all thanks to Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Have you noticed Troy Deeney has unzipped his coat?
Because you asked me for the name.
Yeah.
You zip it back up. Are you cold?
No, I'm
Do you
all
want to
good.
zip it back up?
All good.
Just take it off, Troy.
No.
There's nothing wrong. Listen,
Stubbornness.
sometimes...
Also, what I want to tell the audience.
Yeah.
The trainers you now have on.
Yes.
Which I wore 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Snides.
Snides.
Yeah, no, these are the real ones.
Now you've gone and got them.
These
Just say thank you, Troy. And now what did you do about this top?
Yeah.
What did you do about the top?
Right, hold on. D, what did I say about the trainers before we even got on the plane?
You want to buy them when you get over here?
Thank you.
So you saw me wear them and they're great. What did you say about this
I don't want to buy that.
Yeah, you do.
No, I want a freebie. More from the three of us. World Cup Drive live from New York right after this. See you in a sec.
I wonder whether he went back, muscle memory, whether he's gone back to what happened against Mexico, where we dealt with five at the back and they threw things at. But this ain't Mexico.
There's 20 minutes left.
It's
20 minutes of normal time, Jace.
It's more than that.
And we had a man sent off against Mexico. You could almost accept it.
I know.
You're playing against Argentina. You can't sit off for 25 minutes against Argentina. He absolutely bottled it. Thomas Tuchel's cost us the World Cup. He cost us the World Cup. We're 1-0 up. Played well first half. All right, cagey affair. We go 1-0 up. Be brave. Be brave, Thomas. This is what we brought you in for. We brought you in for this moment. We got rid of Southgate because he bottled it, because he weren't brave. We brought you in for now to make that decision. We're 1-0 up in a World Cup semi-final. Bring on Rashford. Bring on Saka. And if they score, they score. But at least we're going to go down fighting. At least we're going to go down with some pride. We fell out of the World Cup in disgrace because of him. Because of him. And we brought him in for this job. This is what we brought him in for, to get us over this line. And it's the same old England, same old crap, same old guff that I have to watch every tournament that we're in. And it's the manager's tucked us up again. Tucked us up. We're dead on our feet. Got Morgan Rogers playing right wing, Jude Bellingham on the left. Brings on Nico O'Reilly. We can't get out. Harry Kane's done nothing. He's dead. Nothing. Got nothing left.
I don't.
I can't believe it, Jace.
Well, no.
Jace, I can't believe it.
No,
It's a disgrace.
He
should be sacked. Get him out. Gone.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because
We need to change the style of our music today.
Not feeling it.
I just know it's a sad day, but
Benty's forgetting he's on, he's sitting down.
I know, do you know what I mean? That's what I've got. People don't see that.
No.
Pull back the curtain there. You are listening to World Cup Drive, live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Troy Deeney. We're coming live from Virgin Hotels in New York. Still to come, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Cook, will join us for his view on England's World Cup.
Is he still alive, him?
Did you see videos of him last night?
No,
Karaoke bar.
I've seen it.
There's a shock.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Let me guess. He's unhappy this time.
Well, he wasn't when he was singing YMCA at about 4 o'clock this morning. Just quickly, Arsenal defender William Saliba is facing 5 months on the sidelines.
Back.
That's not good, is it?
Do you know what? It's not good, and he's been brilliant. But 5 months is wow.
It's not looking good for you boys as well. Saka looks like he's in trouble.
Trust me.
Rice looks like
Wait,
he's in trouble.
all part of the plan.
Huh?
Come back fresh. all part of the plan.
That's part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
Don't bite. Don't bite.
All of a sudden, day one, they're
back,
ready to go.
back to football in just a moment. Let's get an update. Round 1 of the Open at Royal Birkdale. Watching for talkSPORT is Hugo Chambray.
Yes, afternoon, Andy. I've just watched Rory McIlroy unleash a 352-yard drive on the par 4 6th hole. He's currently at 1 over par. Bogeyed the par 3 4th hole. Missed a 10-foot birdie putt on the next hole. 1 over par, 5 shots off that lead, currently held by Sungjae Im and Dan Brown. There's live coverage over on talkSPORT 2.
There is indeed. Thank you for that, Hugo. Right, let's turn our attention now to the superstar that is Lionel Messi. Booked his place in back-to-back World Cup finals last night, assisting both of Argentina's goals in their 2-1 win over England. Now, Benty made a very good point this morning. I can't remember if we were on air or off air, but for you, he's still the best player on the planet.
Yeah.
The ripe old age of 38, 39, whatever.
Do you know what it is?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
We know he can't do the same things he used to do in terms of picking up the ball from anywhere on the pitch and going past 4 or 5. He's got that initial 5-6 yard burst, but he hasn't got the long ones. But the reason why I still say now that he's the greatest player on the planet is his influence on the games, man. Even when he's not scoring goals, he still gets himself into positions where he knows he can affect the game. Like, so the 2 goals, for instance, I know one of them's a corner, it's a wonder strike. There are question marks around Jordan Pickford, should he save it? But the second one comes from him working it, coming back to him, and him going, not taking the easy option and going backwards. Nudge up. Jed Spencer's obviously pulled up a little bit. He's gone past him, put a cross in with his weaker foot, right on the money, and Martinez scores. But his influence on that Argentina team, because they're not, I don't think they're a great team, but when you've got him at the middle of it, who they all love him, even when he gets smashed. I don't know if you noticed it yesterday.
Yes.
When they smash him, his teammates are running over to him like a basketball game and picking him up like, is it okay?
That bit you're talking about, right? I'm glad you mentioned that. That was Elliot Anderson
Yeah.
smashed him, right? And there was a bit, so he's got the ball round about the centre of the pitch. I think he turns inside out Harry Kane.
Yeah.
There's another player, I can't remember.
Harry, Morgan, Rogers, and then...
Okay.
And Spencer's in there as well.
So there's an angle, I hadn't seen this till I watched it this morning, there's an angle that when whoever the second player approaching him is coming, he flicks the ball up like that, as he's running with it, and it goes over whatever England player it is. And that's when he gets clattered.
Yeah,
that's Anderson.
I mean, I've never seen that before, apart from him. I mean, he's running with the ball, and he dinks it like a little golf chip, and then carries it. I mean, for my money, even though he's been playing his football over here in America for the last couple of years, he's still the best player on the planet by some distance.
I think the big thing for me is it's the talent we know, right?
Yeah.
The left foot, the goals, the dribbling ability, all that. It's the bravery element of it. Of we're 1-0 down. Don't worry, give me the ball. How many times? Again, this is a very bad comp, but just look at the mentality of like Nani Madueke. We spoke about it. Turning his comments off because he's having people giving him a bit of stick because he had bad games.
Yeah.
You got a guy who's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, a whole country on his back, an opportunity to make just signed, sealed, delivered. You're the greatest player of all time. 1-0 down. He goes, yeah, give it me. Couple of times he lost the ball. Hey, no problem. Give it me again. Couple of times he overheated crosses. No problem. Give it me again. That's what we talk about bravery. Bravery's going, I don't care if I make mistakes because I know I've only got to get it right once. When I get it right once, we score. He happened to get it right twice, killed us.
And that's the thing as well with Messi as well, is that not only bravery in terms of taking the ball, but even when he gets clattered, he just there's no like arguing, throwing, he like, gets back up.
No.
And even but his teammates as well, they believe in him. I know he's obviously won them 1 World Cup already, but every single time they get the ball, even in the tightest of spaces, they go, boop, and we don't do that as a nation. If a pass is like 60-40, we're like, nah, we'll go backwards.
Yeah. There's an argument I watched this morning between Gary Neville and Roy Keane. And Gary Neville was trying to explain to Roy Keane what we should have done to stop him getting the ball. And Roy Keane's going like, oh, you're the first person to come up with that in 20 years. I.e., there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do against Messi.
But also, Argentina tactically got it spot on because they put him as a striker in the first half. Because they went, we know you can't do the running.
No.
We know you can't do it. No problem. You just float up there. We'll all run for you. That takes buy-in, by the way. That's hard for a manager to explain to top-class players. Julian Alvarez, what's he, 150 million? Hey, you're going to go on the left and you're going to run because that fella's going to, no problem. Then, as the game developed, it was like, we're going to make our changes. Go on then, get back in your normal position.
Just in that little pocket of space.
Go and influence everything. But the tactical tweak of, we're hoping the game's going to play out this way. We're hoping it's going to be tight. Hopefully they get a yellow card or two. Then let him do his work. That to me was top draw and wasn't spoken about enough.
The word mentality is used a lot in football, right? We've seen it.
We're mentality monsters last week.
We
England.
were last week.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, now it's just mental. We've got rid of the reality. We saw what they're like backs against the wall against Egypt. Scored 2 late goals. Seen it again against England. What must that be like for a Spanish side? Let's say Spain are 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go. Will they be thinking at the back of their mind, Argentina, they're not dead until their heart has stopped beating to the referee?
Yeah, of course they'll be thinking that Spain, even if they are 1-0 up, they'll be thinking, well, Argentina will come. But Spain are better than we are in those type of scenarios.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Spain will just keep moving the ball,
yeah.
100, and they'll keep moving the ball, keep probing. Like, I think in the game, the final, Spain will dominate possession.
Yeah.
Because that's what Spain do, and eventually Argentina will get frustrated, and that's why I think Spain will win the final, simply for the fact that.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Even though they've got Messi, Messi is head and shoulders above everyone else, right? But then, who would you say Argentina's second best players? Enzo Fernandez, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Arguably, yeah.
Spain have got 7 or 8 of those.
Yeah.
But they haven't got Messi.
I think the other part to it, or the other piece to it is, everyone's talking about how great defensively Spain have been, letting 1 goal, because you don't get the ball. Yeah. And then when they do lose the ball, their counter press is one of the best you've ever seen. Yeah. Everyone just goes straight at the ball, speeds you up, and because you've been chasing the ball, you just give it back.
You're knackered, yeah.
But I do think at the minute it's probably 60-40 in favour of Spain. Messi brings that up from being 80-20, by the way. But the one thing we can learn from the Spanish, when they went 1-0 up against France, they just went, no problem, do the same thing.
Yeah.
Do the same thing. Every time we've gone 1-0 up in any of our games, we go, now what?
What do we do now?
We all get panicky and nervous.
You're going to the final.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to win it?
At the moment, I want to say Spain. I'm going to sit on the fence because this team keeps coming back. They've got arguably the greatest player of all time. And they just got something about them that just says they're on to do the double back-to-back since, what is it, 52 or something daft like that?
58, 62.
58, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I just feel there's like there's a moment in time that they're not going to let it go, but I do fancy Spain.
You did say arguably the greatest of all time, Messi.
Yeah.
You don't think he is?
I think when you talk about greatest of all time, it's what that player does for you when you're watching and the emotional roller coaster. To me, the greatest player will always be R9. Because that's who I see as a kid. I remember watching Man United when he's at Real Madrid. Scores a hat-trick, he gets a standing ovation. Like, that will always be my greatest player. But I understand stats and what he's done.
You're staying with us for a bit. Alex Crook will be joining us as well. And when we come back, have you both heard what Adrian Durham said? Effectively blaming Arsenal.
Yeah. But I don't think he blamed Arsenal. I think he blamed the 2 players. Do they want to win with their country or do they want to win with Arsenal?
Okay, well, we'll play that out. In just
and I hope they both said Arsenal.
And you can react to that. There's lots coming up with live.
There's the ex-Spurs player.
It's at World Cup Drive. See you after this.
Wow. Performance of the tournament. France absolutely didn't do anything.
Hope they
had a
whimper.
nightmare performance. Yeah, whimper without no fight. But Spain, wow. That was watching Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, that was. The way they were popping that ball past France to death. France couldn't handle the passing style of Spain. They weren't pressing as a team. You saw a team there in Spain, and you saw France with superstars that all had a nightmare of a game. and very poor performance from France. I'm sure they're going to be getting a lot of stick. Luckily, we got Emmanuel Petit on at the end of the show, and he's going to be thinking to himself, didn't see that coming.
I couldn't stop thinking about Manu last night.
Yeah,
I thought, oh my, even the show yesterday, I felt that we had such a build-up in favour of France. Have we completely underestimated Spain?
We've underestimated them, but rightly so, in the sense of their performances in this tournament. You know, they haven't performed to the level they did last night. Sometimes we talk at start of tournaments that it's not about how you start a tournament, it's how you end them. And Spain have proved that, drawing 0-0 to Cape Verde, and some of their performances haven't been exciting. Even the win over Portugal wasn't their greatest performance.
Yeah.
But they've kept their best form for the semi-finals, so it's going to be a scary final, whoever plays Spain. Because the way Rodri and Fabian Ruiz controlled that game, Cucurella looked like the best left-back in the world last night. The way he kept Elise quiet, that was a shadow of Elise we've seen this whole tournament. Dembele, Mbappe, Barcola, Doué, they had nothing for an organised Spanish side.
Really, I was in shock.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us just couldn't believe what and we shouldn't be, because it's Spain. They're the current European champions.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Welcome back to World Cup Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, Troy Deeney, alongside Alex Cook has joined us. We'll say hello to Cookie in just a moment. It looks like Take That have got back together. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the World Cup final between Spain and Argentina this Sunday live on talkSPORT. But now it's time to get all the very latest from the England camp with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
On England's Corner on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
What do I say when it's all over?
It's a familiar story as the full-time whistle blows. No less painful for its repeated telling.
Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
No, I don't regret it. It doesn't help if you regret anything. You take the decision in the moment.
It's sad, so sad. With the sad situation.
You don't ever want to leave the field thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that?
Oh, it seems to me that sorry seems to be the hardest word.
So O'Reilly and Byrne for Rice and James.
All it done was draw the Argentinians onto us, who showed an aptitude over this World Cup to turn games round when it's going against them.
And let's face it, Argentina were the better side. 56 minutes after England scored until 90 plus 2, when Argentina went 2-1 up. It's a 36-minute period. England had 12% possession.
And I could tell you, if it was still Gareth Southgate in charge, he'd get absolutely ruined.
Well, we did. England clashed out the World Cup last night following a 2 undefeated Argentina. It means 4 of the last 5 major tournaments England have reached the semi-finals or further and lost 2018 World Cup, 2020 Euros, 2024 Euros and 2026 World Cup. Ironically, we're playing a bit of Elton John because joining us now is anything but a tiny dancer. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook is alongside. Crookie, how are you? Dallas the Hat with you as well?
Yeah, Dallas the Hat is with me. I tell you what, if I can be more depressed, who chose that music?
Do you know what? I was just thinking, we don't need a minute VT with sad songs with Elton John. Like 10 seconds would do, right?
Yeah.
We know what happened last night.
100%.
Can we change that back at HQ? How are you? Are you all right? Because you, oh, excuse me, you look like you've had a really early night.
we may have taken over a karaoke bar last night.
Where did you go?
Koreatown.
So I last saw you in Buddies, the pub where we did the show from.
Yeah.
And then I left with Benty about, what time was that, about 6 o'clock?
Yeah, something
like that. And you were all there, you carried on.
Yeah, we carried on in Buddies for a bit. Then we went to a pizza place, didn't eat much. And then there's
whoa. Just stop yourself there.
for that.
And then,
Didn't eat much.
Wait, I know the rest of the story is going to be false.
And then we stormed a karaoke bar. Apparently I did 9 or 10 songs, so I'm reliable.
You've got an album coming out next week, I'm led to believe.
Do you know what? We're looking at Crookie. Obviously, Crookie loves England, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Watching his face when we crashed out of that yesterday.
Yeah, he was very animated.
Was so angry.
I'm still so angry. Not least because I'm being sent home tomorrow now. So thank you, Thomas Tuchel. Not only have you lost the semi-final, you've ruined my World Cup.
You have been out here about 19 weeks, though, haven't you?
I'm not ready to go back.
I'm looking at you now. I think you're more than ready. Okay. What went wrong? What was the big problem last night?
You know what went wrong?
Well, what do you think went wrong? Because everyone's got a slightly different view on it. But
Have they? I think it's fairly
the main
obvious.
reason is the manager and the substitution, right?
In-game management. You can't go so defensive for 20+ minutes against the World Cup holders and basically invite the best player on the planet to keep dinking balls into your penalty area. And by the way, what about I noticed? The first goal, they play a short corner. Anyone fancy picking up Lionel Messi?
They did it 5 times. They played short corners 5 times. And no one came back. We sent one man out every time.
Yeah.
So that's a deliberate thing. Well, I think it's too easy to just blame Tuchel because he let them go before, and there was a cross from DePaul, which Jordan Pickford makes a great save from McAllister. So the pressure was coming, it was building before the changes. So manager has to take critique, no problem with that. But at what point is it the players' in-game management has to be better?
Yeah, we sat too deep even before the changes. So somebody, presumably the captain Harry Kane, who was running on empty by the end, he needs to say,
play
come
left
on,
back?
we've got to get up the pitch here. But I don't mind changes. But he should have made like-for-like changes. And why did he take off Anthony Gordon?
That was
who's
bizarre.
the fittest player in the team?
Yeah.
Who's the one player who can keep running?
Jude.
Yeah, Jude, but I think in that...
But Anthony Gordon...
He's up there.
Anthony Gordon didn't need to come off. He wasn't fatigued.
No, I agree.
was not fatigued.
Do you think he panicked, the manager?
Yeah, 100% he panicked.
There was also-
And then he comes out and says he's got no regrets.
He also said that was our best performance.
Let me get you.
Not trying to get you angry anymore.
Let me get you. This will make you angry. Some of you. Adrian Durham was with Stuart Pearce and Jim Bradford on the latest episode of the talkSPORT World Cup Daily Podcast, following last night's 2-1 defeat. Insisted that Mikel Arteta and Arsenal had a part to play in the latest defeat. Have a listen.
Look, guys, you know my history at talkSPORT, and you know my history with Arsenal Football Club. I just want to say something about Arsenal here. Bukayo Saka should be a key player for England. Nowhere to be seen today. Was he actually fit? Did he say he was fit when he wasn't fit? Have Arsenal said he was fit or not fit? It's a wasted player at this tournament, in my opinion. I'd also say about Declan Rice. Rarely does he come off a field of play. He's done that a couple of times. Yes, he's had an illness, but has he really been fully fit? Has he been rinsed too much by Arsenal? Did they want too much from him? They've got every right to play him. He's their player. They pay him the wages. But if that's going to be the case, I think that Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka need to ask themselves, do they want to win something with the country, or is their club the priority?
Bentley, you're an Arsenal fan. What do you make of that?
Well, no, first and foremost, with Saka. And by the way, this is Thomas Tuchel, because he picked Saka. Now, Saka towards the end of the season last year was being nursed a little bit because of the injuries that he's had, the Achilles injury. Yeah. I think he had a problem with his knee as well. Declan Rice has had a bug. Now, Declan Rice, of course, going into the tournament was fully fit, so that's not a problem. With Bukayo Saka, if he's carrying knock, or you think he's maybe 80-20 and you're thinking, can I really take him? There's plenty more options. You could have left him at home. I would have taken him, but there was Bowen there. Cole Palmer was there. There's options there on that right-hand side. But Thomas Tuchel took him. Now, I'm sure if you asked these two guys, Rice and Saka, that of course they'd want to win the World Cup for their country. It's huge. It's massive as a player. That's the biggest honour you could win. But you can't then hold that against them because they've not been fit in this tournament when you knew they weren't fit going into it. All Saka, not so much Rice.
Troy?
I think it's poor from Aid, and obviously I got a lot of love for Aid. I think he's very, very good at what he does. I think it's a poor assumption. If we're going to look at injuries, look at the right backs that he took. That's where you got to look at first. Took John Stones, who played 20 games in 2 seasons, 11 starts. So look at that. There's a lot of people you can look at. I think when you start blaming Arsenal, it's a bit of an easy one, and I'm obviously not Arsenal's biggest fan, but it's an easy one to blame them there. And I think ultimately what happens when we get into this situation is we start looking at a singular thing. I go back to the point I made earlier. Oh, it's got to be the manager. Oh, it's got to be Arsenal. It's got to be the right back. Unfortunately, and I'm going to be one to say it, we're just not as good as everybody else. We're very good. We're very, very good. It's a bit like what I've been saying about Pickford. Very, very good. It's just not at that top table when it comes to the goalies. England, very, very good. We're just not at that top table, and that's unfortunate. And hopefully we can get to that point, but keep doing the same mistakes. That's what's going to happen.
You'll never get there. It'll bypass you.
Cookie?
I was told at the end of last season that Saka was delaying surgery for this World Cup. So let's see if he does end up having an operation, but he clearly wasn't fit.
Do you agree with Aid?
No, I'm not blaming Arsenal. I'm blaming Thomas Tuchel.
He picked him.
We never seem to learn this lesson. You know, we did it with Luke Shaw at the Euros. We did it with Rooney back in the day. We did it with Beckham.
Did we do it with Harry Maguire, where he didn't play one group game and we put him in the...
Why do we keep bringing injured players? And Troy's right. I mean, the right back has been an issue throughout the tournament. And obviously, Reece James looked like he had to come off yesterday. Looked like he was carrying something. He's always carrying something. With the greatest respect in the world, he's a tremendous player. He'd probably be playing for Real Madrid now if he could stay fit, but he can't. So
imagine if we had someone play for Real Madrid.
I mean, again,
do you know what I mean?
Again, but I'll go back to the performance. I thought it was cowardly after we go 1-0 up, because you know they're going to come onto you. So actually, what the good teams do, what the brave managers do, they keep their team on the front foot because they're going to come at you and they're going to leave gaps to exploit.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't just sit back and invite pressure. Messi was unbelievable.
Would you sack him
throughout the game?
Would you sack him?
Yes, I would.
You get rid of him.
100%.
Who'd you bring in?
Go back. No, you got to go back.
It could only be Eddie Howe.
We had this discussion before.
It could only be Eddie Howe.
Because the remit when we got rid of Gareth Southgate was let's get a winner, and that was why Thomas Tuchel got the nod. We argued about it.
Huge salary, by the way.
Yeah, me personally, and I think we both agreed on this. I'm not sure where you two stand. I always think an English manager should be English. That's just the way it is. Why do the players have to fall into that category, but the manager doesn't? So that's just the way I feel. I think it also shows a pathway to every young English coach as well. There's a goal to aspire to. But if it is going to be Eddie Howe, and that's the way you're going to work, then great. Make the decision now. Give him the time.
Yeah.
But I go back to what I said at the start. You wasn't here, maybe you didn't hear it. The FA panicked. They gave Thomas Tuchel a clear decision. You are got to the World Cup. Deliver on that, and then we'll talk about it. Man United, a little bit of press that they're going to take. Oh, sorry, no.
Which I'm not sure they ever were, by the way.
But by the way, doesn't matter even if they was.
Yeah.
You set your stall out. Because when you signed him, you could have signed him to 3, 4, 5, 10 years if you wanted to. But you said, to the end of this World Cup, let's see how it is. Yeah. And then you panicked. And then what you did, you gave him all the power and you said, do whatever you want. And now what we've got is, even if he stays, if you're Trent, are you fuming? If you're Phil Foden, you're fuming. Cole Palmer, Morgan Gibbs-White. There's a lot of players now looking at him going, well, he ain't going to pick me anyway.
And apparently even the players on the pitch were baffled by his in-game management.
By the way, I'm not having that. I'm going to stop you with that. Sorry, I know you got to go somewhere else. But this happens every time.
Yeah.
Before every tournament, most harmonious group. It's the best we've ever been. The second we go out, they weren't having him anyway.
French were the same with Mbappe, right?
But it's always nonsense. But with us, we do it every time. Yeah. Jude was the one who said it this time. It's the most harmonious we've been. Before Gareth Southgate, it's the most harmonious. Yeah. Every time it's the most harmonious.
But back to the point about who should be the manager, it feels to me like the FA have betrayed English coaches by hiring another foreign manager. And what have we achieved? A World Cup semi-final, which we achieved under Gareth Southgate.
We'll carry this chat on in just a moment. That was a look at all the latest in the England camp with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They're here for it.
On England's Corner on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Cookie, I noticed you've got shorts on like me, and you've got a short sleeve top on like me and Bentley as well. What do you make of Troy's get up? Trousers and a coat.
This is when you know that he's acclimatised to New York life. He's been here a lot longer than we have.
There's a big difference as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating out all of last night.
He's sweating out all of July and June. That's what he's sweating out. Next up, you've heard what the boys have said. If you want to have your say, pick up the phone 0371 722 3344. Dial that number. You can have your say on all things England right after this.
Couldn't get anywhere near Spain, could they, in the midfield? Do you think that the manager should have made a change at half-time? Maybe Digne come off for Hernandez, and also maybe an extra midfielder come on for an attacker?
Well, the fact that Rabiot left at the half-time because he received straight away, yellow card. He was probably our best player on the pitch for the first 45 minutes. But anyway, you could have changed the entire team, against Spain in half-time. It would have changed nothing. So I think we looked so nervous, so far away from our level. Tactically and technically, we were so poor. Credit to Spain. They really deserve to win. They play really well. I thought that we were different with what happened, 4 years ago. But it was kind of the same game. And they control everything. We had no inspiration, no creativity, no personality. And it was so sad to watch them because I had the feeling watching the game that it was kind of the same game against Morocco, but...
Do you know what was baffling me, Emmanuel, was whenever you won the ball back, just give the ball away cheaply. Everybody was. No shots on target.
We were so far away from each other, Yeah. So, I think tactically we lost the game, but technically as well, we were so poor, But we looked so nervous. So I still don't understand what happened yesterday. There's so many things that we're missing in that game. And that's why I think we should get over it and still work on it. And but Spain are still our worst enemy, actually. And it was a lesson of football yesterday, to be honest with you.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Welcome back to World Cup Drive. We are live on talkSPORT in New York. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Troy Deeney still got his coat on, and Alex Crook. We're coming to you from the Virgin Hotels. Still to come, we'll be trying to lift the mood with the best of talkSPORT. We'll talk about Jordan Pickford in just a moment and Jude Bellingham. But first, let's get an update from round one of the Open at Royal Birkdale. Watching for talkSPORT is Hugo Chambray.
Thanks, Andy. Yeah, it's never easy on the nervous system watching Rory McIlroy play major championship golf. He misses a par putt from just a few feet to take him to 2 over par through his first 7 holes. He's playing with another major champion, Matt Fitzpatrick, who also bogeyed that hole to go to 2 over par. But change of fortunes for Shane Lowry. He has just hit a wedge within a few feet. He's likely to make a bogey to take him under par for the first time. While Royal Birkdale really starting to show its teeth. You'd love to be one of the men with their feet up in the clubhouse under par. The likes of Bobby McIntyre, Bryson DeChambeau and Scotty Scheffler are just some of those. There's live commentary of the 154th Open over on talkSPORT 2.
There is indeed. Thank you for that. Right, let's turn our attention back to England. Now, let's bring in Jordan Pickford's #1 fan.
Oh, come on.
Troy Deeney. What did you make of his performance last night? There was some good, there was some bad. Let's start with the bad, because there's a clip of when they score the equaliser. Jude Bellingham falls to the ground, lifts his face up and says something along the lines of middle of the goal. Alluding to the fact that maybe he thought the goalkeeper should have done better. When it went in, Benty turned to me and said middle of the goal should have. What's your view on that?
But also it's side-footed as well. Yeah. He's not laced it. I thought he would, as most goalkeepers would say, like he wants that one again. Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna jump on his back, which I think most people expect me to do. I think he made a couple of really good saves as well. The one from McAllister, really tight to his body, was a great save.
Fernandez over the bar tip was quite.
Yeah, he should.
Oh, you say that led to the corner.
Yeah, he should have done that. He should have dealt with that.
That led to the corner. I looked at that this morning.
But the goal, first goal, I think he should save. I think he's had I think he is what he is. I think he's very good. I just don't think he's at that top tier. And even though Everton want to make memes about being all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. After you came on our show, what did you make of that?
I don't care. Shows how tin pot their club is if they have to talk about me. So anyway, that's fine. But the other part to it is, it's just, I'm giving my opinion. And what people always seem to do is go, oh, he's playing well now. So jump on it. Are they making memes today? Are they? Yeah. Because I could have done that, couldn't I? I could have made a meme of the goal and all that. But you have to just give our opinion. I wish Everton all the best, because I don't have anything wrong with them. But if you are in the middle of your summer business, lads are back to work, you're talking about me.
says more about you than it does about
I did think with the strike, looking at it, I thought, oh, that's not gone right into the corner. Because when it first went in, I thought, what a goal that is. But there is an angle where you think, when it hits the net, how's that gone in there? And I agree with you. I think maybe top quality goalkeeper. I don't think Martinez from Argentina gets beat from that type of distance.
Thibaut Courtois, something like that.
Yeah, but I thought he made a couple of really good saves. I don't think he did necessarily anything bad. I thought there were some really good
His
saves.
whole tournament was like 7.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. He was good.
So, but he's exactly what we expect from Jordan Pickford, which is he doesn't let England down. Like there's hardly any glaring mistakes that he makes.
The only negative I would have wanted him to do a little bit better. You know what? This is really nitpicking at this point. You know the last couple of times kicking the ball up when we're trying to get back into it, and he's just shellacking it as far as he can.
And they were too straight as well.
I know, but just have a little bit of feel. Just have a little bit of feel. That's the only bit. He's got. But again, we're nitpicking this. But I didn't think he was the reason we lost yesterday. I don't think he's the reason we went out. I just said, and I stand by it, and ultimately I'm correct. We can't win a World Cup with that level of goalkeeping play. It needs to take it up to another level. That's just my opinion.
But by the time he was lumping it long, we'd gone down the Ruben Amorim approach of sticking the big defender up front. I mean, really, elite.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. But
and Otamendi won every header. Otamendi came on, who's about 5'6" and won every single header. But even the balls up to Dan Burn weren't great. They were so straight. It was going out to the goalkeeper. But yesterday was just, certainly the last 20 minutes of yesterday, just wasn't what you'd expect to see from England. But and I stand by it. England haven't played well this tournament, apart from one half against Croatia where everyone was singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Other than that, England just haven't played well.
Mexico, he didn't play well.
I mean, they dominated possession.
It was a siege mentality.
But also, the Mexico game was yesterday. The only difference is they didn't have the quality.
Yeah.
Argentina had the quality.
Yeah. But do you think also Thomas Tuchel's been a bit arrogant because it worked against Mexico? He thought he could just repeat the same trick.
Yeah, totally.
But obviously, that's not arrogance. It's work to go
ignorance.
to it.
Is it ignorance?
Yeah, it's a little bit of it's work before let's do it again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if this show's working, you're not going to go, let's change it. You're going to go back to doing what you need to do. But I just think as well,
continue.
I just think as well, when you start to look at where, you know, I keep going back to the midfield. I think games are won and lost in midfield. We haven't controlled one game, not one, and we got 200 and whatever million in midfield. Declan Rice, illness, whatever. But if you want to be in those top conversations, you've got to start dominating the game. Look at Spain; they've got Rodri.
Yeah, how many people?
Yeah, but they've also got Pedri on the bench.
Yeah,
they've got somebody. So if he comes out, they can put somebody else in.
But there's two points off the back of that. You're not his biggest fan. I am. How's Kobbie Mainoo feeling this morning? His head must be about to explode.
Why do you react like that?
How can he not get a single minute in this World Cup? When you've just mentioned,
No.
you've just mentioned
he makes a very good point, Troy.
Yes,
how can he not get a minute?
Does he control midfield? Does he? What's he known for?
He's a better option than Reece James in midfield.
Agreed.
What, half-fit Reece James?
Completely disagree. Reece James is much better.
Who's a better midfielder?
Reece James. Reece James is a much better footballer.
No, I think you're on your own with that.
No problem. Happy to.
No, I want to hear your point. I want to hear you.
No, but why would you? You've got a 26-man squad. You've mentioned the big dogs that he's left out. If you're not going to play him,
I agree.
Take someone else.
No, but I agree. But then also, Ollie Watkins can be in the same situation.
Ivan
Toney can be in the same situation.
I know, but you've got Harry Kane. We've got a problem there.
Hold on a second.
Jordan Henderson was
back
number one.
Back end of the season, there was real debates whether Declan Rice can win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No, I know, but what I'm saying is Henderson was his number one backup, right? And he broke his arm. So his number two backup should be Kobbie Mainoo. That's why he brought him in.
I don't disagree, but I also think that this hype on Kobbie Mainoo, and I'm not trying to put the kid down. Like, I want to see more.
I'm not trying to hype him up.
I want to see more.
It's not hype at all. We're not saying if Kobbie plays, we win. We're not saying that. What we're saying is, why take him?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
Why take Eze?
But I do think Thomas Tuchel probably went to the tournament with some kind of thought process that I might have to use him. The fact he's not used him is not.
I don't. I think he went to it with these are my 15, 16
Well,
players.
didn't he say that
who are the nice? Who are the nice guys that are going to fit in the group? Not cause me problems.
Why don't you answer my question? Who's a better midfielder? Reece James or Kobbie?
No, I think in that midfield situation, I would have Kobbie. No, I think he's a midfield player naturally, but I also don't agree with the fact that people say he can control midfield and get about.
Yeah.
If you watch Kobbie in terms of his legs,
he's a better option than Reece James. That's what we're saying.
Well, I'd have Reece James at right back, but Reece James isn't fit.
Who's a better option in midfield?
No, I've just said Mainoo's a better midfield player than Reece James.
All right.
But for whatever reason,
I've got to work with that.
You got there in the end.
Yeah, thank you.
The other thing that disappoints me, we've met a lot of fans from different nationalities in the US, and a lot of them were rooting for England because obviously the popularity of the Premier League. It's another tournament, and we've not shown the best version of ourselves. We've not really produced a performance where fans of other nations would say, wow.
Let's carry one kind of pushback on your Manu stuff, right?
Can you hold that so we can do it after this? We will come back to it.
I was just going to say, how many midfielders are Man U side?
Well, you have said it, so it's too late. Still to come. We try to lift the mood, it says. That ain't going to happen. First, it's time for no Googling. Last night's defeat was only the second semi-final Thomas Tuchel has ever lost as a manager. Which side beat Thomas Tuchel in the other semi-final? Anyone? It's going to be a club level. It is a club level. The answer to that, more from myself, Cookie, Darren Bent, and of course the... Oh, what are you thinking? Oh, okay. Have a little check. He wants to take his coat off. It's too hot. More from the four of us right after this on World Cup Drive.
Mick McCarthy joined Simon and Piers, decided to take Piers Morgan on regarding an incident way back in 2009 when, as Wolves manager, he rested a number of players for a trip to Old Trafford.
I've always respected you hugely, genuinely, as a manager.
Except when I dropped 10 players at Wolverhampton.
Yeah, well, that was terrible.
You did say something that I was particularly unhappy about.
I thought it was shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. What was your problem with what I said? You must have known I was right.
You're never right, mate. you just antagonise people with your comments, which you're doing on this show quite clearly. No. So when you said it, my job is to win games.
Yes.
We went to Spurs the Saturday before. We won 1-0 with about 35% possession. We've got Manchester United on the Tuesday. I went there and I dropped 10 players. I have a squad of 22. If I'm a manager, it's my right to manage that team how I see and get results.
And it's my right as an Arsenal fan who you were directly impacting with your cowardice
because you weren't good enough
you out on it.
Because you weren't good enough to win the title, and that Sir Alex won it again, and he won it. You weren't good enough, so you blame me, which is real bad on my part.
I know what Roy Keane's problem was.
No,
just to be clear, by dropping 10 players, you let United walk all over you, which had a direct impact on my team's chances of winning the league. I thought that was an appalling abrogation of your duty as a manager to entertain the fans with the best available team.
Clear you up. My duty was to beat Burnley on the Saturday, and we did.
Well, Mick hasn't forgotten, has he? That's for sure.
Oh, no, he went further than that. He said that Piers was a purveyor of the wrist action. Went into that sort of territory, which I was inclined to agree with.
When you think about some of the stadiums that have hosted games in the World Cup, sometimes it's hard not to be completely overawed. But what's the biggest? One thing we have to be clear about is that older stadiums will have had higher capacities when it was standing only. A good example of this is the old Wembley. For the final in '66, the capacity was 125,000. But that was later reduced to 100 when it was converted into an all-seater in 1990. Another example is this, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. Back in '86, it's estimated around 115,000 people watched Argentina beat West Germany to win their second World Cup. Essential modernisation so it could be used in the 2026 tournament reduced it to 83,000. You can't talk about old stadiums with high capacities without mentioning Brazil's Maracanã. Some say the jewel in football's crown. In the 2014 World Cup, its capacity stood at just under 79,000. But back in 1950, Well, it wasn't official, but estimates believe 210,000 people came to this place for a winner-takes-all match between Brazil and Uruguay. That's still the world record attendance for a live football match, and let's be honest, it's not likely to be beaten anytime soon.
Yes, welcome back to World Cup Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. The legends alongside me go by the names of Darren Bent, Troy Deeney and Alex Crook. We're live from Virgin Hotels in New York. Still to come, we'll try and lift the mood with the best of talkSPORT. But now it's time to slide into game day with Burger King.
Sliding into game day on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Do what I want.
Hey, no Googling,
yeah,
no?
huh?
No Googling?
No, people at home know.
No, they don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Hey, Flash,
Before the break, I asked the question, where was it, Darren? Thomas Tuchel, in the only other semi, was the end bit of that. Last night's defeat was only the second semi-final Thomas Tuchel has ever lost. What was the other one, Benty? Do you know it?
Probably.
Go on then, we'll say it.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid in the 2024 Champions League when Tuchel was managing...
Oh, Dortmund?
Bayern Munich. Okay.
Do you know what? It's just dawned on me because we're out now.
Yeah.
The stat that no foreign manager has ever won the World Cup will stand because obviously you've got an Argentinian managing Argentina and you've got a Spaniard in charge of the Spanish team.
I felt that.
Hey, thanks for that.
Yeah,
Carry
cheers,
on,
Cookie. On the spot with Alex Crook. Right, talkSPORT we bring you. Do you wake up at 4 in the morning going, oh? talkSPORT we bring you live commentary of that World Cup final on Sunday. It's live from New York between Spain and Argentina. Adrian Dunn will be alongside former England captain Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot. Kick-off at 8 p.m. Right, let's talk about Spain, Benty. Hammered France in the semi-finals. Just how good is this Spanish team?
Yeah, it's top. And I didn't see that performance coming because throughout this tournament they've been good. But I thought France with the firepower and maybe Spain with, I won't say lack of pace, but they're not the quickest. I thought they'd win quite comfortably, France. But the way Spain kind of nullified absolutely everything that France tried to do, the spacing behind, the spacing to feet. I mean, I said it there, it's the best performance I've ever seen Pedro Porro put in for Spurs, ever. So both...
Vancouver, by the way.
Yeah, both of them were outstanding. And for Spain to go to that level against a side that we all thought would be the best team in this tournament have been, I thought Spain were outstanding. And it weren't the fact that France were poor. I think Spain made France look poor.
Yeah, it was a very good team beating a great individual.
Yeah.
There was a load of individuals, wasn't it? And when you look at France, they've obviously got the back four, the two sitters, then they say to the front four, you go and win it for us.
Yeah.
Spain just went, nah, they're not going to touch the ball because we're going to keep popping it. Also, if you don't track back, which Mbappe and Dembele didn't do, it gives them an extra man, and they just kept overloaded. They were so good.
They're going to come up against a very physical Argentinian side as well. Is that going to be a problem for them to cope with, do you think?
No. I think it's going to be a problem for Argentina to get close, because the one thing that I think, again, you've got to talk about Lamine Yamal, you've got to talk about Messi, the stars. Rodri, he takes 1 touch, 2 touch. If he wants to go fast, he goes fast. If he wants the game to slow down, he goes. Everything goes through him.
Yeah.
There's not been one player that's been poor, but almost been fantastic, and everything goes through Rodri. And I think the biggest compliment that their manager gave about 3 games in, went, okay, you can sit there on your own. Pedri, come and sit next to me, because the start of it they played a 2, and they were getting in each other's way. Yeah. So now he's gone. No, you're fit. I remember you as a Ballon d'Or winner. No problem. This is all you. Go and do it. It's great for Man City if they can keep him, but he looks like he's back to full fitness.
Do you know, I worry for Argentina in terms of, and this is where maybe England could learn something, because the moment they went 1-0 up, they didn't change anything. They just goes, all right, we'll just. And France were getting so frustrated because they were just playing it. That even the centre halves at times were putting their foot on the ball and just waiting for France to come. If not, we'll just keep moving it. And they were brave in possession. I think Spain. That's one thing De La Fuente deserves a lot of credit for. Is that they're so brave in possession of the ball. They all take it in tight areas. They're 1 and 2 touch. No one, unless it's Lamine Yamal potentially, who tries to go past someone, they just keep moving, keep probing. And eventually, I think, certainly with the Argentinian kind of mentality,
someone's getting lifted.
Exactly. They're going to start to get frustrated.
Cricket, I don't know if you realised it, but England going out meant it was the last chance to throw a manager in charge of it. Oh, you've done it. If Argentina are going to win the game, Cookie, where do they need to get better? What areas?
If Argentina are going to win the game, it's going to be one man,
Messi. Yeah.
You know, even when England were on top, and it wasn't a very long period when England were on top, he was still pinging passes, and it's like silk. You know, he just perfect precision with his passing.
You made a point about his left foot. What did you say yesterday?
I've never seen a left foot ever like that before.
Like, he can every range of passing.
Yeah.
Whether he slaps it in, whether he bends it in.
It is quite bizarre. When you analyse it in great detail, out of all the people, the hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have played football, no one has ever had a left foot like his.
No.
It's quite mad, isn't it?
It's just pure, and he's perfect to everything, which is even worse at it. But I disagree a little bit. I know Messi is a massive piece of
this would be good. Go on.
But they still have superstars. So when he when he didn't have the ability to affect the game in the last game before England, Julian Alvarez goes, I'll just ping that one in the top corner. Again, while he has a massive impact on it, Enzo Fernandez scores, Lautaro Martinez scores. You're talking about guys who are 100 million in Enzo, captain. Lautaro Martinez, captain of Inter, just won the league. Atletico Madrid in Julian Alvarez, 120 odd, 140 odd million. You're talking about top players. And I think while he is fantastic, and he is the main part, they've got so many other people that go, yes, you're the man, we're going to do it. But if you're having a little bit of an off day, don't worry, because I'll step up. And they're not afraid of stepping towards the fire.
Do you know, it's an ego thing as well. I think when you look at those top players that Troy just spoke about, they all know he's the man.
Yeah.
So I'll do what's needed, but ultimately he'll take us to where I get to. On the flip side, when you look at the Portuguese team, I don't think they think that with Ronaldo.
No.
And I was going to say, do you think that with England? Not to make it about England again, but who's that for England? Because I think there's 3 or 4 that think they are. So Kane might, Bellingham might, let's say, I don't know, one of the wingers might, Saka might. I think there's about 3 or 4 different players who think, oh, this is my team.
Yeah. I think Jude thinks it's his team, and I think ultimately Jude can do it, although he hasn't done it yet. But he's probably the one I would look at and go, I believe in him.
Moving forward. We have to decide whose team it is.
I think the big difference is between England and the big dogs we're talking about is we're really good. They're on a different level.
Yeah.
And we think we can get to that level.
Well, Argentina have just got one player that is just head and shoulders. And
I think it's mentality as well. I mean, they didn't panic. 1-0 down, didn't panic, kept playing their game,
I don't think
kept probing away.
Messi in my team, right? There's always that belief.
But there's a belief they're going to get over the line.
Yeah. There's also another element to it as well, is they've all got a real culture and identity of who and what they are.
Yeah.
So the Argentines know we're going to be physical.
Yeah.
We're going to be hard to beat, and obviously they've got Messi.
Little bumps here.
Yeah. Spain, pop, we're all going to play. France is, we've got flair, we've got ability, and we're going to hope to outscore you. What's England's?
Yeah.
And that's the key.
Moments. We're a team of moments.
But that's the key. Once we get that part right, like who are we, what are we trying to be, and then we stick to it, because that's the big part, and do that from top to bottom, that's when we'll be successful.
Here's a question for the 3 of you. Will we ever see England win the World Cup in our lifetime, Benty?
No. Yes.
You do?
Yes.
I think so, yes.
How far are we away from that? The next World Cup, one after?
No.
I mean, that I don't. That
minimum of 3 away.
So 12 years away?
Minimum of 3.
Okay, so why have you said that? Because we don't know the players. The players you're talking about are sort of 13 and 14 now.
No, I think a lot of the guys who are coming through now, you look to like Rio at Liverpool.
Max Dowman.
These boys, what they're doing.
Haven't we said that about Cole Palmer? Haven't we said that about
because
Bukayo Saka?
This is going to be the point. These guys are coming in. So Rio, for example, comes in, he leaves Chelsea to go to Liverpool. Comes in, Salah's on that side. He's going, hey, give me the ball. Max Dowman, when he steps in the pitch, he's going, hey, give me the ball. We're starting to get this arrogance of young players, and it is arrogance, and you need that to be a top player. But this arrogance of, I want to be the man, give me the ball, I'm going to take it. What we've had with a Cole Palmer, with a Phil Foden, respectfully, because they are top players, is they're in a great system at Man City.
Yeah.
They shine a little bit, and then we instantly go, you're the man. And we push them to the level that they're at. Their performances over a consistent period of time actually hasn't given them the credit that we are actually putting them on this pedestal of world class. Phil Foden's had 3 seasons. 1 good, 1 bad, 1 in between. Someone said to you now, what season's Phil Foden going to have next year? Yeah. You can't go, oh, he's got to do that.
There's 2 glaring issues for me when you talk about England winning the World Cup. Who replaces Jordan Pickford? Who's going to be the new number 1? And even more so, who's the number 9?
Yeah, that is a worry.
And
on that side,
the goalkeeper I'm not so worried about because you've got James Trafford there.
Yeah,
I think he's a top goalkeeper. I think there are goalkeepers there, but
So who replaces Harry Kane?
That's the problem. I think you've got. I don't think that person's is here yet.
Sorry. Our producer just said in my ear, what did he say? Who replaces Harry Kane?
Liam Delap. I like that, Liam Delap.
Joe, I told you stop drinking at 5 a.m. That was a look at some of the day's key talking points, all thanks to Burger King.
Sliding into game day on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
I can mind it.
Yeah, he's decent. The mood of the nation is on its knees, Benty.
Yeah.
What's the one thing we can do on our show to lift the nation?
The best of talkSPORT.
The best of talkSPORT.
How'd you do it with 4 people?
We're going to find out when we come at the best of talkSPORT live from New York. See you in a moment.
When we have a 4-2-4 system, players like Olmo, if you look at him, he's always between 2 lines.
Yep.
This player, you saw it in the game with Belgium, you saw it in the game with Portugal. He is exactly the kind of, I would say, a virus who is entering in the blood of the opponents, and he killed us. He was one of the players perfectly suited to kill us.
Yeah.
So
Can I just ask your thoughts on Mbappe last night as well? I mean, did he let himself down, Eric? I know he's a big player, he's a big personality, but even walking off last night, not shaking anybody's hands, I mean, how does that look?
It looks like the real Mbappe is back. There is 2 Mbappe, the one who is having a mission and the one who can be positive and working and sharing and being the leader of a team. And when he loses his gift, his toy, when the toy is broken, suddenly the teenager who is part of him comes back, the one who is selfish, the one who is a bit aggressive when he gets a yellow card with the goalkeeper, the one who doesn't share hands with opponent, the one who suddenly in the last 20 minutes he knew the game was lost and he played for himself. He made some useless kicks, shots. Sorry. So altogether, we are back with the Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain, the Mbappe sometimes of Real Madrid, the Mbappe that we know that I spoke about it from the very early stage of the tournament, who is selfish. And when he's selfish like that, then you lose the man on the mission. The mission was lost. Mbappe was back.
ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
And a warm welcome back. You are listening and watching World Cup Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, Troy Deeney, Alex Crook and Dallas the Hat alongside us. We're coming to you live from Virgin Hotels in New York. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to England's third place playoff against France this Saturday at 10 p.m. on talkSPORT. We'll be asking what on earth is the point of that game? I mean, there is no answer to that. Just quickly, let's get an update from round one at the Open Royal Birkdale, watching for talkSPORT. Hugo Chambray joins us. Hi, Hugo.
Hi Andy, yeah, we've got a new leader at the top of round one of the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. Jackson Suber, the 115th ranked player in the world, makes eagle on the 17th hole to take the lead to 5 under par. And the 2021 Open champion Colin Morikawa briefly got to 4 under par, but he is about to bogey his 11th hole. And Rory McIlroy misses from a few feet on 7 for bogey, misses a birdie putt from 3 feet on the 8th hole, and he finally, on the 9th hole, I think just out of pure frustration, drives the ball onto the 415-yard par 4 green, and in the end he does make a 3-foot birdie putt, so he is 1 over for his front 9. The lead now at 5 under par. There's live commentary over on talkSPORT 2.
Jack with a remix.
It's gone straight in. What were you going to say?
Who's bigger? Jimmy Fallon or Woody Harrelson?
Jimmy Fallon for me is, you know, the legend, one of the reasons
He's bigger than Woody Harrelson.
In my world he is. In my world he is.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Nice, thank you. OK, go on, high five. Right, time now for, of course, the best in talkSPORT. This is where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT. Let's start with England. Argentina broke our hearts last night. Yeah, we know this. So to cheer you up, here's perhaps the greatest England rant on talkSPORT ever. Mark Saggers back in 2010 when Frank Lampard scored that ghost goal.
It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! It's goal! It's a 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 It's a goal! Boo! Boo! It's a goal! It's a goal! Oh! Miles over the line! Oh, hell.
I mean, he was right. It was a goal.
Crookie. It still lost, though, by the way.
Yeah.
Was it 4-1?
Was it 4-1 or 5-1?
I think, yeah.
Crookie, what were you doing back in 2010 that we can talk about live on air?
I was watching that game in a bar, I seem to remember, unsurprisingly.
Okay. You were underage, though, were you? How old were you, 16 years ago? How old were you? 50?
30.
What do you do when you're feeling low, Bentley? You're never feeling low, are you?
Very rarely, but no, the times that I am. Just have a little sit down with myself. Just having.
Sit down with yourself?
Yep. Yeah, I don't want
That's not going to cheer you up, mate.
No, it will do. I have a little breather. I think about
balance.
Crookie and Dallas.
Check the bank balance.
Bank balance. Goes, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's not that bad.
All right for another 100 years. What's one memory, I'll ask all three, one memory from your trip to the USA and Miami that makes you smile, DB?
The one, do you know what?
Oh yeah, can't wait for his one.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I probably, obviously, this morning meeting Woody Harrelson was incredible.
Okay.
But I think the whole aspect, spending weeks with you guys, it's been good, man. It's been brilliant.
Yeah. Troy?
I'd actually say that would be it for me, just catching up with you guys again. I haven't seen you all in a while. So, yeah, been good fun. Obviously, Simon and Jim and those guys as well. Yeah, all professional for us.
Cookie.
I can't wait for this.
Cookie, this could be a great answer.
I've got a list.
What's your favourite part of America you've been in so far?
I did enjoy Miami, but I wasn't there for very long.
Yeah, but top of the list is what?
Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Yeah.
Any reason?
People, the atmosphere,
Yeah.
and a place called Cowboy Red River.
Okay. What happened there?
I'll just leave that one there.
What happens in Cowboy Red River stays in Red
Absolutely.
River.
But you know the other highlight? That first England game when Baby Spice walked in.
Okay.
If I,
Her name's
if I-
Emma. You.
What?
It says Benty.
Oh, you're not doing the outline?
No, we haven't got time. That's
okay,
all.
all right, well, of course, England's lost means. I know that. So here's a highlight of our
Ready,
chief
mate?
football correspondent, Alex Rook, doing some investigative journalism in the USA.
You're going to kill me on this trip.
Whole lot. Put it all in. All of it. It's got to go. All of it, Cookie. Come on, stick it all in. All of it. What are you doing? You look like a rabbit. Just stick it all in.
It's massive.
Come on.
And it's spicy.
How's it feeling?
I can't feel my tongue.
Pardon? You can't feel you can't feel his tongue, is what you say.
Oh, look. That's the emergency services on the phone. Help me, I'm on fire. Help me, I'm on fire.
Can you just point out to people that were listening, not watching that, what? Put it in. It's massive. Put it in your mouth. We were actually talking about
a spicy piece of chicken.
Spicy, and what level was it? Inferno level.
Inferno, yeah.
Have you recovered yet?
Only just.
Yeah?
But you know, when you look at that, that seems like a lifetime ago we did that.
It really does.
There's so
Where was
many
that?
of those
Where was
videos.
that? Here or was that
about.
Miami? That was here, wasn't it?
That was here, yeah.
First time round. Let's finish with a lighter moment from talkSPORT Gold. Here's a big bold claim from Jamie O'Hara on the Sports Bar.
If I was going to pick anyone like now, I'd say I'm like Pedri. I was a ball player, Coley. I'd suit this game.
What would you? What? So who are you comparing yourself?
I know you're looking at me now thinking.
No, I don't. I saw you when you were playing, bro.
Yeah, you saw when I was playing,
Yeah,
mate.
you were good. You were good.
I was a dictator. I was a dictator.
What are you dictating? The flipping.
The kitchen.
The kitchen.
Hey.
What's in the kitchen? Hey, less calories, please. Less calories, chef.
Do you know what's funny about that story? Is he said Pedri, they're both laughing at his, face.
When he said dictator, he got one syllable right.
He did, yeah.
If Jamie O'Hara was an animal, Benty, what animal would he be?
I'm not writing down what you put there. You say what you just put there. Dude, read down.
Why would you throw me under the bus?
What's wrong with you?
I'm not saying anything. Go on, questions to you. What animal would he be?
Delusional, isn't he?
A delusional animal.
Come back to me.
Okay. Sloth. Troth Joy, who gets battered at talkSPORT more than anyone else?
Who gets battered?
Yeah.
Probably him. Not you, obviously.
It'd be a toss-up, wouldn't it, between O'Hara and Gabby?
Okay, and Crookie.
But Gabby's a Villa, so just go Gabby.
Okay. Who's the most delusional person you know, Crookie? Who is it?
Delusional person. No.
You got a mirror.
I think that answers that one. Spain take on Argentina in the first place playoff. Do you mean the World Cup final? The first place playoff? Who's written that's disgusting behaviour? Adrian Durham reached all the build-up from 6 o'clock before kick-off at 8. Very good. And, of course, you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app. We can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2, so you never miss a moment. Last hour of our show, World Cup Drive, live from New York, right after this. See you in a second.
Look, we've seen some amazing players play for England in my lifetime, but I feel that what Bellingham is doing, even if you compare it to Kane, and Kane is an icon. Kane is one of England's greats as well. But Bellingham feels different.
Do you think?
Yeah.
You think he's the greatest player to ever play for England?
Can we frame this question in a slightly different way?
Go on.
Can we just discount the 66 winners? Like,
Okay.
I can't.
You can't
they won it,
go
right?
against Bobby Moore.
Yeah, they've won it. They've won it.
Okay,
Like,
but is he the best player you've seen in an English shirt ever?
he's not. He's probably not the best player, but he might be the best England player, the best player for England. Like, look, you could argue that Steven Gerrard was a better player than him. You could argue that Paul Scholes was. You could argue that lots of players were, but none of them did it for England in the way that Bellingham has already. Already, 22 years old. Already, think about what happened in Qatar. Think about what happened in Germany, and this World Cup, he's taken it to a completely different level.
Yeah,
like I think it's amazing. I don't
Rooney?
know Rooney never did it for England quite like Rooney. I was there. Rooney scored 1 goal at a World Cup for England.
Yeah,
like Jamie Carragher wrote a piece in yesterday's Telegraph, and he was talking about Gaza. He was kind of making the comparisons with Gaza. Gaza captured a nation and all that.
Yeah,
and he obviously did. And you think of his performances in Italian 90 and then Euro 96. But I didn't know this until I read Carragher's article. Gaza didn't score at Italian 90. He didn't score. Bellingham's got 6 in 6. It's different. I don't see how you can say that he's not better than what Gerrard did for England. Gerrard had his moments, remarkable footballer. But Rooney's contribution, Gerrard's contribution, Lampard's contribution, it just can't be bigger than what Bellingham has already done. Do you agree?
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, Gaza was my idol growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I look at what he'd done and how he played. I think Bellingham's better.
If there's one thing Brazil loves more than samba and sunshine, it's football, or as they call it, futebol. And trust me, this love story goes way back. It all started in 1884, when a young Brazilian named Charles Miller returned from England aged 21, carrying a pair of footballs and a Hampshire FA rulebook. He was basically the original influencer, bringing back trends from abroad. And just like that one mate who insists you have to try their new obsession, Miller convinced everyone to give this little English sport a go. Spoiler alert, it caught on. The entire nation fell head over boots for the game. And fast forward a few decades, it was time for Brazil to start playing in the World Cup. Then came 1958, the year a 17-year-old kid named Pelé showed up and said, "Don't worry, I got this." Brazil won its first World Cup and respectively put down its mark on the global football stage. From there, Brazil kept adding stars to the jersey. 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, 2002, making it the only country with 5 World Cup titles and the only country to participate in every tournament. Not that they like to brag or anything. Okay, maybe a little. And the style? Pure magic. Jogo bonito, the beautiful game. It became Brazil's signature. Think dazzling footwork, joyful play, and the occasional move that makes you wonder if gravity just took the day off. Today, football isn't just a sport in Brazil. It's part of the national identity. From street games played with anything even slightly round to packed stadiums exploding with colour and noise, Brazil lives and breathes football. So, the next time you see that iconic yellow jersey, just remember, it all started with one guy, 2 footballs, and a nation ready to fall in love.
Welcome back to the last hour World Cup game day on talkSPORT. It's not game day, it's just World Cup drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Troy Deeney, Alex Cook. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, on the tablet or whatever, the backdrop behind us, you can see the Empire State Building. I mean, it's an unbelievable view we've got here. It really is worth watching today on YouTube. Still to come, we'll be giving you our 5 ways to cope with the grief of England's drab World Cup exit. But now, let's look ahead to the massive, the humongous game on Saturday night as England take on France in the World Cup third place playoff.
On Saturday night, 2 worlds collide. It's a rivalry reignited.
Giroud attacks that and scores. Flying header from Olivier Giroud. And France lead again. The full-time whistle blows, and it blows to signal the end of another England World Cup campaign.
Who will be the biggest loser?
Back in from Messi. And headed in by Lautaro Martinez. The moment that ends England's latest World Cup adventure. Early ball, gets it back. Pedro Porro! It is 2! And Mbappe and France look desolate.
Can England finally bring it home? Some bronze medals, I mean.
Nobody of these players, nobody of French players wants to play for this match.
Or can France win back the hearts of a nation?
The real Mbappe is back, the one who is selfish, the one who is a bit aggressive, the one who doesn't share hands with opponent.
Find out this Saturday night as England take on France for the World Cup bronze medals on talkSPORT.
Yeah, it's the big one. The game that every child grows up wanting to play in. The World Cup final third place playoff. I think final works in that sentence. England take on France this Saturday night in Miami for the bronze medals. Kick off for that one at 10 p.m. The big one.
I'll be in bed.
Let's start with you, Darren Bent. Do you care?
Nope, I do not.
Troy, do you care?
Yeah.
No, you don't, Troy.
I do.
You don't.
It's a leveler of where we're at.
It's
So
not because I don't think the players will go into this one thinking it's a game they need to perform in.
Well, then that's a worry, isn't it? So it shows you more. I think we'll learn a lot, personally.
Do you know if England was say France go full strength, right? England go full
Mbappe's
strength.
played. He wants that golden boot.
Of course. And England say they beat them 3-1, a really convincing result.
Yeah.
Does that do anything towards Thomas Tuchel in his job or nothing? No. Absolutely nothing.
Highlights of what he probably should have done before.
Maybe, yeah.
But I think we learn a lot. If it's the other way,
we
say
do.
we lose 3 now.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. There's another level we need to.
Let me ask you this, both of you. Sorry to exclude you, Cookie, but they've played, we haven't. If you've just been beaten by Argentina in the manner in which we lost in the World Cup semi, you're telling me you're going to take to the field in a game for a bronze medal and you'll be bang up for it? I just don't believe that's possible.
If he makes changes, right, the players that have maybe been on the fringes are going to come in and go, do you know, I'm going to show him that I should have got more minutes. Like, you know, Mainu might play.
I don't think he...
No, but it's different. When you play for your, trust me, when you play for your country and you haven't had many caps and you get an opportunity, your mindset is, I've told you before, when you're playing friendlies against, I don't know, whoever, it's like, do you know what, I need to put in a performance here. You don't think about, well, this doesn't mean anything.
I think you've lost the plot.
No, but
I think those players will not care one iota.
I think there'll be 3 or 4 of them. But you know, Jimmy, look, from my point of view, just playing's a privilege, right?
Yeah.
Just in general. Playing at this level is obviously something I never got to do. You obviously got to. It's an unbelievable privilege. So if they don't care, they turn up and they give that don't care, in my opinion, be like I stand with Ben White, never play again then.
Yeah.
Never play again. What, you sulking because you didn't play? Now you get an opportunity to play. Oh, the world owes you a favour. Get on with it.
So I got a message this morning from an England supporting pal of mine saying, why don't you fly home Sunday? I need someone to watch the third place playoff with. I said, I'd rather poke my own eyes out, honestly. This is the most pointless game in football.
No, it is pointless, but there will be players in that squad. I'm telling you now, there's players in that squad now that be looking at that thinking, I'm going to show him.
I don't think there will
If Kane
be.
doesn't play and Tony plays, he'd be desperate to score.
There's another point to it as well. How many times have you lost last game of the season, missed out on something, or, you know, gone out and you just won another game?
Yeah.
You just want to get it out your system because it's the longest, most brutal summer without, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's that element to it as well. So
The only good thing for the England fans, it's in Miami.
Yes, it's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that you actually, both of you believe that. I don't think there's one England player or one England
No,
fan.
but I can only talk to you from the experience that I've had with players that have done that.
I think if Ivan Toney's picked for that game, he'll be thinking, I just can't be bothered.
No
with the heat.
way.
no chance.
Who won the last third place playoff?
Doesn't matter.
Belgium.
Doesn't matter anyway. But
Morocco.
That whole thing doesn't matter when you go, who won the last time? It's still another game at the top level, competing against the best, the best of the best.
We won one in 1990, right? Beat Italy, I think 2-1. Right?
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Who scored that day? I can tell you.
But here's but the point. So
wasn't that when Peter?
It was Lineker and Barnes, actually.
The famous story is that Peter Shilton was asked not to play that day because Bobby Robinson wanted to play the other two goalkeepers, one half each.
Yeah.
And Shilton refused, didn't he?
That's my point. There you go.
So you've answered your own question. But the other point to it as well is, then I think if you guys are taking it, it's just a game, don't matter. I don't think then, when we start qualifying for the Euros, we can go, oh, it really matters now.
Yeah.
Every game matters. When Spain play, they want to win every game. When
but this is at the end of a very, very long month of football where we've been let down at the very last minute.
Surely they just want to get back on the plane.
Yeah.
Some players,
get on their holiday.
I'm telling you now, some players might, but I'm telling you now, there'll be a large portion of those players that want to play in this game. Because also, it's another cap. It's another chance to play for your country. You're playing against France at a World Cup.
I'm not so sure.
No footballer's going to go,
Let's hear from the manager following last night's defeat. England manager Thomas Tuchel spoke to the media about how he'll get his players up for the match we are talking about.
Puts the next game into perspective. Nobody of these players, nobody of French players wants to play for this match. They want to play in the final. We gave everything to be in the final. Everyone plays to win the World Cup, but it is what it is. So we have for a day less and to recover, but we will do it professionally, of course. And
Harry Kane on 6 goals, Messi on 8, is that right? You got that right. If Harry Kane scores a hat-trick and wins a golden boot, I don't even think that should count, do you?
Well, yes, it's a goal in the World Cup.
I know, but it's in a game that...
My mentality is completely different to yours.
The French team won't
take a game off then because there's an additional game in this tournament to the last one.
No, but
So
let me ask you this. If the French team rest a few of their players and the goalkeeper, right? So they're a weakened side. It's not going to be played at the pace the World Cup final will be played at. Right, it's almost like a friendly pre-season friendly, right?
So, yeah. Well, if you score 5 against Cabo Verde, that's real.
Well, yeah, in a qualifying game. Okay, if we win 4-0 tomorrow.
So if you Cabo Verde, strongest team.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this, Troy. Let me ask you this, Troy. Let me ask you this. We win 5-0.
Yeah.
Pickford has the game of his life.
Yeah.
Every England player is above and beyond. Will you go on national radio on Monday and go, do you know what, I got it wrong, they're amazing?
No, I'd say in that game they were amazing.
Of course.
Because that's all I've done the whole way through. Yeah. Let's call it game by game. But you say they're amazing. Hey, that actually provokes more questions. Why can't they do that? Why are they performing more now when there's no pressure on?
Mentality thing. You start questioning the mentality.
So then you start it creates more, you learn more. I think, and this is where I get frustrated with English media in general, and I'm part of it. We will win the group stage all the time. We'll qualify top all the time.
Yeah.
This is the one. We're great. This is the best bunch team. And now it's don't matter. It's a nothing game.
Yeah.
We've got to learn against the best opposition. We lost, by the way, to Senegal. No one's talking about that in the build-up to this. Senegal were a good team. Not great, a good team.
Japan.
But they're the first team that went, stick it on your toes. We're going to run it here. And we lost. We lose to Japan. And then we go, why are we losing? Because we're not getting tested enough on a regular basis. We'll play stupid games, meaningless games against lesser countries and then go, oh, we're great. We need to play France more. We need to play these top players and go, okay, that's where we're at.
Yeah. Actually, you've raised a good point. It was a debate I was having with producer Joe when he was trying to defend Thomas Tuchel last night. If you look at Tuchel's overall tenure, and I include qualifying, give me 3 games where England have excelled under Thomas Tuchel. And don't quote Serbia away, because last time I checked, Serbia didn't qualify for this World Cup.
No, I agree.
He's lost to Senegal, first African team to beat England.
Qualifying though, right?
Yeah, but
that's quite impressive. Is it not?
Not when you're playing the dog and duck.
Yeah, but this is the point. This is your point. At the minute, he can't win. He qualifies, no goals conceded, top of the group. It's only them. But
he's lost to Senegal, he's lost to Japan, and now he's lost to Argentina.
That holds weight if when it comes to the big stuff, defensively we're solid.
Yeah.
Defensively we know what to do. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it does raise questions, and I think you can only be judged when you play. What are we, 3rd or 4th ranked going into this? We're 4th. So we will only ever be judged on if we can beat 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, which is a really high bar.
Yeah.
It's not really a fair standard, but that's ultimately where we are. So even if we beat 6th, 7th, 8th, we're going to go, yeah, we're supposed to.
The game means nothing. Would you agree with me? There's a reason I'm asking.
I don't.
Do you think the game means something?
I think it does, yeah.
Okay, if we win the game, should we have open top parade when we get back?
No.
Why? Because it means something.
No, but
that's a different question.
It's not just black and white.
Should we celebrate it? Should we celebrate?
Beating France?
It's not even celebrating. It's about seeing where we are.
Should we celebrate winning
but this
bronze
is the
medal?
thing. So you're saying celebrate?
It's either first or nothing. First, if you're not first, you're last. That's how I see it.
But also, if they play their best team and we play our best team, we're not going to beat France.
Okay, but if we do,
but we're not going to. We don't beat anyone.
But also,
we
you
never
know,
beat anybody.
but you know where you're at and you know why. So we know why, because you come on here and said it. We know why we lost. So all we have to do, based on the assumption that you guys are given, to change the manager.
Yeah.
And we'll win.
Now, here's my question, right? We all watch Mexico, right?
Yeah.
We all bite our nails when the final whistle go. We all go absolutely crazy. 1-0 up against Argentina, 8 minutes to go. We'll go. Oh, we're getting it. Will you be watching the third, fourth playoff with that emotion?
No, I'd have the,
why?
Because I'd have the exact same. Not so much emotion. I don't look at it as emotion. I'm looking at it like, okay, has Thomas Tuchel in a short space of time learned from? If England are winning, it's the exact same scenario.
Okay, will any England fan watch it with that emotion?
Yeah, but I think the majority of England fans can't watch it.
A lot of people that travel and spend thousands of pounds.
Okay, on telly, you know, telly or radio.
Well, you didn't say that.
I think every game means something.
I'm saying it now, right?
I think I've got to catch up on Coronation Street on Saturday night.
To be fair, you probably got the horses drinking again. You know, there's loads of things.
But you got emails to Dallas.
Yeah.
Right. What do you make of it? We'll take your calls in just a moment. 03717223344. I'll tell you what's interesting. It's split. Me and Quickie say it's not worth it. You two think it is.
It's amazing how the ex-footballers think it's worth it.
Yeah. You ever play in a World Cup?
Have you?
No, we both haven't. That's my point. None of us here.
Ever kicked a ball? Ever?
I'll kick one. I'll kick two in a minute. Give us your call. 03717 223344. Will you be watching or even listening to that third and fourth playoff final? We'll take your calls right after this.
He seems to be into the fact that it was kind of a premeditated idea by Gabriel Clark to ask a question in a divisive way. You know him, you've done this job, so what did you make of the interview and what do you make of all the fallout from it?
Well, straight after the interviews, I sent Gabriel a text and I said, a masterclass in the art of post-match interviewing. And I would stand by that now. Gabriel's not a sensationalist. He's not out for headlines. He will look you in the eye and ask a straight question. Having been in that situation, I think he might have been slightly surprised when Tuchel came and said we were poor and we didn't do this and we didn't do that. That might have surprised him slightly, and he threw the mentality line in that Tuchel bit his head off about. But those situations, you've got a limited amount of time. There's no way that you're going to go, I'm going to ask him this and wind him up here, and then I'll get Bellingham. And by the way, what a story that's going to be. That's not Gabriel. Gabriel's the best in the business at doing that by a considerable margin and has been for many years. And when Gabriel put it to him, your manager wasn't very happy overall, and he shrugged his shoulders and said, whatever. Fine.
Do you think Gabriel could have qualified it a bit more? Maybe in hindsight, he thinks if he'd said the manager wasn't happy with performance, not in terms of effort, maybe in terms of quality, you can play better than that as a team.
I think you and everyone that's ever asked a question would look back and go, perhaps I could have asked that question a bit better. But in the heat of the moment there, in those bowels, when the adrenaline is still running, it was a straightforward, it was an honest bit of interviewing. It wasn't tricky. And I was thinking about it coming in here. There's been nothing from the England camp.
No drama,
There's been nothing. There's been no fights. There's been no drunks. There's been no women. There's been nothing untoward. And I think a lot of people jumped on this. Here's a bit of division here, Bellingham and Tuchel, etc., etc. There's a bit of history there, and I think it has been blown up out of all proportion.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Welcome back to World Cup Drive. We are live on talkSPORT. What a lineup we got. It's me, Andy Goldstein, legends, Darren Bent, Troy Deeney, Dallas the Hat, and sitting on Dallas the Hat is Alex Crook. What are you two giggling
Yeah,
about?
every time I bump into him, he's
It's a big old lump, isn't he?
Yeah, man.
Big old lump.
But
I don't say big old lump, he's just solid.
The best part about it is there's going to be 2 lads next week who are locked up, back with the kids and the missus. There's one.
Benty?
There's 2.
There's 3.
And 3.
I've just been told already we've got a family barbecue on Sunday afternoon.
How do you feel about it, Crook?
Sounds nice.
Crookie, I can beat that. I've got a wedding Saturday night.
You're looking forward to it?
Yeah, I am. Although I've already told my missus I have to be back for 3rd, 4th, because we'll be talking about that on Monday's show, right?
Of course.
So I've told her it kicks off at 7 p.m.
You're watching it now?
Yeah, I'll be back for it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, see what? Professional.
Yeah, cheers, man. Good work. Ow, jeez.
Will you be there Monday?
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, I'm off holiday.
You don't see him for a month. He's gone now.
Don't listen.
Oh, I'm playing paddle with Woody
I
Harrelson.
hope people longer than that because you're jumping ship, ain't you?
No, I'm not jumping
Yeah,
ship.
it's
No,
a
I'm
Joe.
not. No.
Traitor, innit? See, look at
No,
Joe.
wait.
Joe knows. Joe knows.
You all know, cut me and I bleed drive. Unless the money's good, then
See?
I'm afraid. Still to come, we trying to lift the mood and giving you 5 ways you could deal with England going out to competition. Just quickly, reports are suggesting that Thomas Tuchel's defensive approach and subs in last night's defeat stunned some of his players. We'll chat about that in just a moment, but first let's get an update. Round 1 of the Open at Royal Birkdale. Watching for talkSPORT, Hugo Chambray.
Yeah, well, Rory McIlroy's putting stroke is locked up. He's missed 3 putts within 4 feet, another one just now on the 11th hole, and another change of fortunes for another man from the island of Ireland. Shane Lowry makes a snaking 26-foot birdie putt on the par 3 12th to take him to 2 under par, and the Players' Champion of this year, Cameron Young, 3 birdies in a row for him to take him to 3 under par, just 2 shots off that lead currently held by Jackson Suber, and he'll have a putt for another birdie on the 12th hole. Lead at 5 under par. There's live commentary of the 154th Open over on talkSPORT 2.
Here we go. Good work, thank you for that, Hugo. Right, before the break, we asked you to call in with your thoughts on Saturday's 3rd place playoff between England and France. It was split, actually, here in New York. Me and Quickie said, what's the point? And the 2X Pro says, no, there is a point. Let's find out what you, the callers, think. Online one is George, the Borough fan. Hi, George.
Hello, lads. How's it going?
We are tickety-boo. What would you like to say? What's your view on all things playoff?
Yeah, I get where the pros are coming from. It might be a learning experience, but I think we've already learnt where we are. And we found that out last night in quite substantially bad fashion. But I've got a question for you guys. In my opinion, I don't think the players and the coaching staff actually deserve us bothering to watch it. Because, we've played crap all the way through this, really. We've been very lucky and the odd spark, but we haven't really played well enough, in my opinion. And it was shown up last night. We left massive gaps on the wings, and we left the one player on the planet you do not want to give space to, and we just went, there you go, how much space do you want? And just ridiculous. So why would I want to... both France and England have been basically dumped out in unceremonious fashion, and we were two of the... against the teams that we played, we were favoured over them. So, I just find it...
What's your question to
I don't see the point. What do you think we're really going to learn?
Okay, there's a question. What do you think we're going to learn then from this playoff, Benty?
Well, you might get Thomas Tuchel might change the approach depending on how the game goes. Also about certain not even how we'd look after Harry Kane, but just a different profile up top. Just try something. This is the opportunity where you can try stuff now because third and fourth main. You haven't
Probably main in midfield.
Try
see
anything.
what he's like.
Anything. Just try something different.
Okay.
You know the problem is though, if they play well against France and Kobe Manu plays well, people will go, see.
No, I won't, because I know the game will be played at not the same pace that a competitive game will be.
It's a competitive
It's not going to have
game.
the edge. It's not going to have the edge.
It's not competitive.
It's not.
It's a World Cup playoff game.
Two teams that are on their knees.
It's not going to have the edge. Did the Croatia game first half did that have big bit of edge, bit of bite, or will be crap? Congo will be crap.
Yeah, but this
we
match,
haven't played at a tempo.
Yeah, but this match will be both sides will be on their knees.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will.
They've both been knocked out of the semi-finals of the World Cup.
I'm intrigued.
Do you think any player in the dressing room beforehand will clap their hands and go, "Come on, lads"?
I think the French boys are under so much pressure.
Yeah.
Because this is deemed as a failure. Before this game, they were being quoted as like, "Is this the greatest team of all time?"
Yeah.
Talking about better than 2008.
And you think beating England in the third?
No, I think just putting a real performance in lets everyone go, "Oh, that was a bad day," as opposed to that was a bad group.
Yeah.
So I think from the French point of view, there's loads to do.
Didn't we get hammered when we were last in this by Belgium?
Potentially.
We made 10 changes.
When was that?
Well, in 2018.
Oh, you going that far back? Okay.
I'm led to believe that you are both going now, Troy and Alex Crook. What are you doing for the rest of the day, Troy? Gonna take that coat off?
Carry him. And now I've finished. I'm absolutely
Take the jacket off.
Take it off now.
No.
Are you not hot?
No, listen, you're leaking all of yesterday's beers and tequilas, so let's pull that.
So you're going to do a podcast. Is that talkSPORT podcast?
Yes.
So people can download that a bit later on.
talkSPORT Daily, yep.
Okay.
We've done a couple. They've gone down well.
Yeah, like the food that he keeps eating when he's on it as well. So
Don't forget tequilas.
Yep. So
Question
have a
marks.
good bit of fun on it, and then back home to normal stuff.
Is the pod better than 21 minutes to go? Don't you say anything? Ever heard of that? 21 minutes to go?
No, what's that?
Have you heard of the locker room?
You've heard of the boot room?
I've heard of the boot room.
Ah, ha! 21 minutes ago was his podcast.
Oh.
But you can find that nowhere because it got cancelled.
No.
There you go. And in the words of Jack.
Do you know what? It didn't get cancelled, but I'm not going to bite. Anyway, we're going to let you two go, and you as well. Sure, you're with me next week, right?
Yeah.
You're coming to London next week.
Yeah, I will come back and make sure I
do a proper
look
show.
after this guy.
Are we the only 3 people working next week?
I mean,
everyone else is going on holiday.
I'll be honest. If I'm in a category with you as a hard worker, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Will
For
we-
you, I don't mind. Him.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be good. When are we going to see Dallas the Hat next?
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Right, still to come. We're going to try and lift the mood on England, give you 5 ways you could deal with England going out of the competition. But it's time for the last no Googling of the day. Harry Kane will be 36 years old at the next World Cup. We want to know who's the oldest player to score a World Cup goal for England and who's the oldest player ever to play for England at a World Cup. I'll give you the answer to that in just a moment. Troy, always a pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Cookie, good work. More for me and DB right after this.
He has to go, mate. I'm sorry, Jeff. Like, when we are paying £8 million for a foreign coach to come in and win us our first trophy since 1966, and that's what he does in a semi-final for an Argentinian side that were there for the taking, and to do what he did, 10 times worse than anything Southgate's ever done negatively. I'm sorry, he has to go, mate. Simple as that. The FA have to make a decision, and I just didn't like his interview, the arrogance of his interview, no regrets. Yes, you have got regrets, mate. You've got regrets. There was loads of trouble after the game across the country. Everyone was together. And that's on you, Thomas Tuchel. That's on you. The negativity, cowardly tactics. You can't blame the players. I'm hearing people say, Jeff, that, the players on the pitch have got to make decisions. There's some experience. No, you listen to your coach. Your coach tells you to play a certain formation. You listen to him.
Yeah.
He has to go. Simple as that. No foreign coach ever won the World Cup, maybe for a reason. We've given it a go now again with a foreign coach, and that's what he's done.
I mean, Alan here has just tested the same sort of thing that you were saying. So Tuchel's shortcomings have been exposed. What about the players' shortcomings? Well, look, the players, we've got 6 defenders on. We've got 4 central defenders on at the end for the cross that Messi puts into Laura Martinez. So, yes, I get that. But ultimately, the can has to be carried by the coach, especially with the negativity. And we all, look, everybody said this. But the negative... Anthony Gordon is flying. We scored a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. You'll have loved, the fact that Kane... Declan Rice, who's soon to come off as well. Morgan Rogers. And a lovely finish to Anthony Gordon. And Gordon's feeling 10 feet tall, so what do we do? Oh, we'll take him off.
When you think about some of the stadiums that have hosted games in the World Cup, sometimes it's hard not to be completely overawed. But what's the biggest? One thing we have to be clear about is that older stadiums will have had higher capacities when it was standing only. A good example of this is the old Wembley. For the final in '66, the capacity was 125,000. But that was later reduced to 100 when it was converted into an all-seater in 1990. Another example is this, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. Back in '86, it's estimated around 115,000 people watched Argentina beat West Germany to win their second World Cup. Essential modernisation so it could be used in the 2026 tournament reduced it to 83,000. You can't talk about old stadiums with high capacities without mentioning Brazil's Maracanã. Some say the jewel in football's crown. In the 2014 World Cup, its capacity stood at just under 79,000. But back in 1950, well, it wasn't official, but estimates believe 210,000 people came to this place for a winner-takes-all match between Brazil and Uruguay. That's still the world record attendance for a live football match, and let's be honest, it's not likely to be beaten anytime soon.
So not got a singing voice, boy. You all right, DB? Only 30 minutes left of today's penultimate show.
I'm good, you?
Just a big shout out to everyone at West Essex Golf Club watching. Just
Oh,
got
nice.
a little text. It's nice, isn't it? Best golf club in the world, that is.
What's the one you're trying to get into?
Oh, yeah. What's that called?
Beaverbrook.
Beaverbrook, yeah.
Yeah,
No one's contacted me from there.
Have they not?
I spoke to Steve Sidwell, actually, 2 days ago about when we're going to play there. We're playing in September.
Nice.
He says it's closed August to get the greens ready. Very exciting. But yeah, not as good as West Essex. Anyway, before the break, I asked the question, who's the oldest player to score a World Cup goal for England? Who's the oldest player to ever play for England at a World Cup? The answers are...
Right, so I think the oldest goal scorer is Sir Tom Finney. I don't know the oldest player.
You cheated, because there's no way you're going to guess that.
What, England trivia?
Yeah.
I'd get that.
Okay, swear on your kid's life.
I don't know the oldest player.
Swear on your kid's
I
life.
swear on my kid's life, I have no idea who the oldest player is.
Okay, we just said Tom Finney.
I thought he was the oldest goal scorer.
Oh, to score, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you cheat on that?
No, but the
Swear on
oldest
your
player.
swear on your kid's life?
No.
You're such an idiot.
It's peaking cheating.
30. Yeah, I think it is.
yeah. Honestly, I suddenly thought.
Don't get me involved in that question. 36 years and 64 days.
Come on, I thought.
It's peaking cheating.
Yes.
Wow. Let's not go down that road. The oldest player to play is Peter Shilton, who's 40 years, 290.
Was that in 90 when you penalty shootout?
Sweating, look at me, look. Right, follow that. What'd you say? Was it what?
That was 1990 when you said the penalty shootout was awful.
Oh my God. If you look back at tape, he's still falling now. Right, follow us at 7. Adam Catchell, Dean Asher and Rory Jennings bring you kick-off. But now let's discuss the future of this England team. The next World Cup is going to be in 2030, hosted by Spain, Morocco, Portugal. And a lot of this England squad aren't getting any younger. Captain Harry Kane will be 36. Was asked about his future with England after last night's defeat.
Too early to talk about that. You know me as a person, it's always just about taking it year by year and how I feel. And the England national team is my pride and joy. It's what I love to do more than anything. Obviously 4 years is a long way away. I'm 33 in the summer, but as you see on the other end with Leo there, he's still performing at the highest level. So yeah, I never want to put a limit on these things. I'll address every situation as they come, but for now it's just about processing another tough loss with this team.
So the next World Cup, Harry Kane, Jordan Pickford, John Stones, they're all going to be 36. Watkins and Tony 34, Rashford and Eze 32. Which England player? Let's start with the three oldest, Kane, Pickford, Stones. Now Pickford's a goalkeeper, 36, he's not old.
No, so he might be still kicking.
So we're okay with that. Stones 36, well, he's not even got a club.
That's the thing. What's his next move? And Kane, I don't know with Kane, it's one of those where I'm looking and thinking, well, who's out there other than Liam Delap probably to...
Don't do it.
Maybe...
Don't do it.
Kind of be
don't go there.
The next one kind of after him.
Who is the next one?
I think generally at the minute, it's take your pick. Ivan Toney or Ollie Watkins. But then by the time this World Cup comes up, you'd think that someone would have been emerged as a young
the next
talent.
4 years. So that means we're looking at about a 17-year-old now, right?
Yes.
A 16-year-old now that will be 20.
Yes.
And we don't even know that 16-year-old is.
Exactly. So usually that Max Diamond who comes out of nowhere and everyone's like, wow. But you look at England in the youth setups, they win everything. They win the championship. They win absolutely everything in the youth system. So it's about getting that filter and that pathway through to the first team, because Spain do it incredibly well with their youth system and their coaching pathways into the senior national side. So I do think, and you asked the question earlier, I do think at some point we will see England win the World Cup. I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
When I said to Troy, when do you think that'll be, and he said 12 years' time. I mean, that's based on nothing, right?
12 years title, Milan. He's 12 now.
Your boy.
Hey, go on, the boy.
Imagine that. Imagine that. England, Brazil. Milan scores a winner. You going to cheer or not?
What do you think?
Oh, you like Brazil? You
Yeah,
devastated when they went out. Walking about in a Brazil top you bought.
Yeah, but
when was that? What country was that in?
That was here.
Was it?
Yeah, it was New
What
Jersey.
country was that in? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I think like a lot of the England players now, of course, won't be playing, but I think maybe Kane might still be lingering about.
I mean, his game has never been based on pace, right? So
No.
if he loses pace, it won't be too. Do you think 36 is too old for a striker?
Look at Cristiano.
Yeah, but he's
Look at
too
Me-
old for him.
Look at Messi.
Yeah, but you say, look at Cristiano, he's too old now. Look at him,
Yeah.
he can't do it anymore.
Yeah, true.
Messi's the anomaly, right?
Well, you'd like to think. I would be very fearful if in 4 years' time we're still looking at Harry Kane as the answer to our centre forward problem. I'd be very fearful.
Yeah.
And you'd have to ask the question: what's happened in them 4 years? What's going on with the academies? Why are we not producing centre forwards? Who's the next one? I think if he's still the number one and we're still scratching our heads going, who's next? That's an issue.
Do you think Ivan Toney, apart from tomorrow, when's the playoff? Saturday, I've lost track of days. Apart from that game where he might, do you think he'll ever get another England cap?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got no reason why to see why he's not. If he's still scoring goals regularly and he looks in great nick, and there's no reason why he can't. I know he's playing in the Saudi Pro League, but again, I think if he's scoring goals, there shouldn't be an issue.
We look back at some generations, the Belgium golden generation, if you like, the famous England golden generation. Where would this group of players rank for you amongst the greats that we're talking about? Let's go back to the golden generation for England, right? We had Terry, you had Rio, you had Wazzy, you had Becks, etc., Scholesy, Gerrard, Lampard. Where does this group of players, I mean, they couldn't win.
But do you know what? When you go back to that golden generation and kind of seeing the back end of it, right? I think this is always the misconception about the golden generation. They were some of the best players we've produced, right? But when you start looking at other nations, remember this golden generation is in a golden generation with Brazil, golden generation with Germany, golden generation with Italy, right? Spain haven't even emerged yet, by the way,
you're right.
as a golden
That's
generation.
A really good point. So the Brazil front line, when we had our golden generation, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
how we meant to
I
compete.
always think it was a little bit too simplistic to go with a golden generation of France. I didn't mention France. So there's 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's I just
So
don't,
we did a little bit of an Andy Murray, right? We were good, but we just come up at the wrong time.
at the wrong times against better sides. This golden generation, I think, have had opportunities. This generation here to have won something now, whether you blame the players or the manager. The Argentina game is one of those where they've got Messi. They were just better than us, right? Argentina were just better than us. They handled the occasion better than us. It's the Italy one that I will always rack my brain about, where we were at Wembley, we score after 45 seconds, and the way it ended. Like and that there unfortunately comes from the manager because they made changes, and we didn't.
Let me ask you this then. This will be interesting. Had we won that game, would that have made any difference to us now? And the reason I ask that is the desperation would have gone.
Yes, absolutely, because now we would have known how to get over the line. We would have beaten Italy, a team that, of course, I've obviously got rich footballing history.
Yeah.
We would have beaten them in a final. So then, as you said there, that kind of, you know what I mean, that tightness, that tenseness of, are we ever going to win anything, is gone then. So you then go into future competitions again, okay, it's fine. We know how to get this done.
Yeah.
Like a little bit like, I don't like comparing it, but Arsenal, right? Second, you're going home, is it ever going to happen? And then even moments of this season, they tightened up, but they've finally done what they needed to do to get over the line. So I expect if this situation in the Premier League happens next year and Arsenal in the running, they'll be like, lads, what are we panicking for?
Because we've done it already.
We've done it.
That would have
Relax.
made a big difference.
Yeah, and I think for England, 100%.
What with the amount of pressure on England currently at the moment, we're going into the Euros. It's on home soil, right? That just adds to it, doesn't it?
Home soil?
Well, it's Europe.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot more. I imagine a lot more home support, right? Because it's easier to get to games.
Yeah.
That's just going to add to the pressure.
I think when you play for a nation that's perceived as one of the top nations, it always has pressures.
What did you make of Cristiano Ronaldo? I've not asked you this. It's just popped into mind about Cristiano Ronaldo saying that the Euros is as big as the World Cup.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Of course it's not. Everyone knows that. I mean,
why has he said that?
Because, you know, it's Cristiano. And the thing is, though, there are people out there genuinely that will buy into that. Because what is, and Ronaldo way, before people, again, losing their minds, in our opinion, Cristiano is one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
He's not at the top of my list because that's Messi, right? But he's in the conversation. If someone says to me, makes an argument, fair enough. But that statement is rubbish because the South American teams that are in this tournament, we've got one already in the final in Argentina. To win the World Cup is more difficult, I believe, than winning the, especially when you expand the World Cup, it's more difficult to win than the Euro. But
I don't see how anyone can disagree with that. Because with the World Cup, you've got everyone in the Euros plus all the South American teams.
And I'm pretty sure, and listen, I guess you could add the argument to the Messi World Cup. When Ronaldo won that Euros, didn't they change the rules? It was 3 teams out the group. So that was expanded. So what he did in that tournament was fantastic. But no, win the World Cup's the one. Still the pinnacle.
Okay. Right, next up, we're going to give you our 5 ways to deal with England going out of the tournament after a BBC article today suggested that one way to deal with it is remember there's always next time. I don't think that would help me. Would it help you?
No.
Remember there's always next time. No, you don't hear that on a breakup. More from me and Dee, final part of our show, World Cup Drive, right after this, live from New York City.
I wonder whether he went back, muscle memory, whether he's gone back to what happened against Mexico, where we dealt with 5 at the back and they threw things at... But this ain't Mexico.
There's 20 minutes left.
It's
20 minutes of normal time, Jace.
It's more than that.
And we had a man sent off against Mexico. You could almost accept it.
I know.
You're playing against Argentina.
Yeah.
You can't sit off for 25 minutes against Argentina. He absolutely bottled it. Thomas Tuchel's cost us the World Cup. He cost us the World Cup. We're 1-0 up. Played well first half. All right, cagey affair. We go 1-0 up. Be brave. Be brave, Thomas. This is what we brought you in for. We brought you in for this moment. We got rid of Southgate because he bottled it, because he weren't brave.
We brought you in for now to make that decision. We're 1-0 up in a World Cup semi-final. Bring on Rashford. Bring on Saka. And if they score, they score. But at least we're going to go down fighting. At least we're going to go down with some pride. We fell out of the World Cup in disgrace because of him. Because of him. And we brought him in for this job. This is what we brought him in for, to get us over this line. And it's the same old England, same old crap, same old guff that I have to watch every tournament that we're in. And it's the manager's tucked us up again. Tucked us up. We're dead on our feet. Got Morgan Rogers playing right wing, Jude Bellingham on the left. Brings on Nico O'Reilly. We can't get out. Harry Kane's done nothing. He's dead. Nothing. Got nothing left.
I don't.
I can't believe it, Jace.
Well, no.
Jace, I can't believe it.
No,
it's a disgrace.
He
should be sacked. Get him out. Gone.
I totally agree. I can't believe that we've moved on from Southgate. And it was, if you look back over how we've limped out of World Cup or Euros, whatever.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Jack's in my Q. We're just dancing, Jack. We're at the top of a building in New York. We're just chilling out. You listen to World Cup Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside. We're coming live from Virgin Hotels in New York. Follow us at 7. Adam Cattrall, Dean Ashton, Rory Jennings bring you kick off. Are you amazed at the amount of noise here?
No, don't worry. In my head, I don't know why I thought you were going to say Hugh.
Why did I say me?
No, Hugh wasn't crossed.
What? No, I'm here. What are you talking about?
No,
what did you think I was going to say? You thought I was going to say Hugh?
No, not me. Hugh wasn't crossed.
Why? He's not here. Now we can get an update from round one of the Open. Is it Hugh doing it? No. Royal Birkdale watching for talkSPORT. Is Hugh go Shomra?
Yes, Andy. Well, it's probably about time to give you a leaderboard update. Plenty of players struggling out there, including the 1998 low amateur at this course, Justin Rose. He finished on 5 over par, so he'll be battling to make the cut. Rory McIlroy is tied with the last man to win the Open here, Jordan Spieth, at 3 over par. Things are better for quite a few European golfers. Shane Lowry's at 1 under, as is John Rahm, Alex Fitzpatrick, Tyrrell Hatton, and the local lad, Tommy Fleetwood, born in Southport, just 5 minutes down the road from Royal Birkdale. He turned his round around after 2 bogeys on the back 9. He also finished at 1 under par. Bobby McIntyre and the 2018 Open champion are at 3 under, and that lead still held by Jackson Suber, who's just finished on 5 under par. There's live commentary still over on talkSPORT 2.
Thanks so much, Hugo.
Bro, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying here for the end of the show.
Huh?
No, you go.
I ain't going anywhere. We've got another 10 minutes left of the show.
That's Hugo.
Benny, I'm here till 7 o'clock, all right? I'm a professional. I was just talking about Hugo.
Bro, I'm staying here till 7.
Good work. Still works, doesn't it? Right.
Joe hates it.
An article from the BBC earlier today revealed their 5 ways to get over yesterday's England defeat. Here we go, right? The five ways to get over yesterday's defeat. Recognise the sting. What do you make of that?
On?
I bet you don't. So that's like understand why. Rather than
why we got beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that help you get over it?
No,
because we understand why, and it's made us even more angry.
Exactly. It's like people have told you the reasons. You're like, ah!
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that doesn't help.
Okay, number 2, focus on the wins at the tournament. That's even worse.
Do you know what? I do think though, with that second half against Croatia, where people were going way too over the top, go back to that. Focus on that, because I do think eventually we've come up against somebody who, in the FIFA World Rankings, who we weren't expected to beat, have beaten us. So we've still not taken any really steps forward.
Yeah. Okay, so no to that one?
No.
Talk it out with your friends.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
No, that makes it even worse.
No, but
Then we start arguing about.
No, but we sit around have a discussion, and hopefully you'd like to think by the end of that discussion we've got to a happy medium.
We've been doing that since we came on air at 4 o'clock.
But I think now though that the expectation is of what we've all come to is that Tuchel got it wrong. So that discussion is resolved.
I like the next one. Sing. Don't care about that. Walk the dog. And then I miss my dog, Dr. Scoot Frank. Not seen him for 2 weeks.
You know, I like the singing part.
Don't like that. Is this weird? This is true. Is this weird that I've been doing FaceTimes with my dog?
Yes, because the dog can't talk.
I know, but I can see him and I can go, Scooter, Scooter, and he's like that going, what's going on? Who's that? Is that Dad?
Why is he not looking at the screen?
He don't know. He's not a dog. He's a dog, and he's not human.
Yeah, but you can see your face.
He can't see, can he? I mean, he can see. But
Can't see.
Yeah, but you don't know what he's looking at. He don't go, oh, there's the iPhone or the iBone.
No, once he sees your face, when he just looks at the screen.
No, but he doesn't know. He can't work it out because it's one-dimensional.
Where's my German Shepherd? Well, got to rest his soul.
What happened to him?
Ghost.
Ironic.
Very clever dog.
Yeah, you never let him in the house, though, right?
Yeah, did, yeah, utility. Loved it in there.
Utility. Was he a utility player?
No.
Number 5 is remember, there's always next time. That doesn't help.
Yeah, no, you got to have a little bit of right. Listen, this is done. We've gone out the tournament. Let's look forward to the next one.
No, I think they're all rubbish, right?
Not even walk the dog.
No. Particularly that last. It's always next time, right? Not something we should be saying after England get knocked out of the World Cup. It's always next time. So here at talkSPORT, we've got 5 ways to get over yesterday's defeat. I don't know who's compiled this. Can't be producer Joe. He's stuffing his face.
But this is the first time I've ever seen this. So.
Yeah, me too. Number 1, right? Have a pint. An ice cold pint in the sun cures a lot of problems. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Don't like beer or pints, so that wouldn't work for me.
All right, have a nice cold drink, like what is that, Dr. Pepper? Is that a drink?
Yeah.
You have that? I say Dr. Pepper's weird.
Yeah, but yes,
Coca-Cola. You've been having a few Coca-Colas.
Yeah.
Does that help it?
Yeah, I feel great.
Okay. What about this one? Listen to the sports bar, it says here. Jamie O'Hara's enough anger to make up for all of your anger and disappointment.
No, because then you'll be even more angry. What is that banging going on? Sorry, did you hear that, Joe? What is that? So, did you hear that?
I said that a few times in my hotel room.
That fell off the roof.
What's that noise next door? Listen to the sports bar. Will that help you?
No, I think some people, if you're already angry and then you don't agree with, I think that might send you the other way.
Yeah, I agree.
If Jamie's going crazy and you're angry already, but then you don't agree with what he's saying, you're going to be like, ah!
Yeah. He's back with Cundy, by the way, tonight. Head, by the way, I don't know if I can say this, but I'll say it anyway.
Hold on. He's not back tonight, is he? I thought it was Catterall and Jennings and...
No, he's back tonight.
Oh,
Cundy.
after them.
Yeah. But how about this? So Cundy booked a holiday for this weekend, thinking the World Cup finishes next weekend. So he's had to change everything.
Wow.
He got his dates wrong.
Only Cundy.
Yeah, I was going to say, if one person at talkSPORT gets the date of the World Cup final wrong, it's going to be Cundy.
Do you know what I will say, though? His hair's starting to look nice.
Which one?
The ones on top now, we had the...
It is starting to come through.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah. But here's the question, right? He's still got a massive spam, right? If you're going to have new fake hair, why don't you go lower?
No, because
that's... Like not Steven Gerrard level, where you've just got like a thumb gap between your eyebrows and the top, but do you know what I mean? Come down a bit.
Yeah. Well, so that middle of the forehead.
Not middle, but just come down a bit, right? What's the point of going through all that pain? Number 3, head to the talkSPORT YouTube channel, watch some of the best bits of Drive. This is nice in the USA. Bentley playing baseball, meeting alligators, as well as Alex Crook eating the hottest chicken wing in New York.
Yeah, that'll make you feel better. That'd be nice. Obviously, we've been a really nice kind of gang on this New York and Miami trip.
Everyone's got on.
Everyone's got on really well. Yeah, it's been fantastic. So yeah, watch all the clips. Crook has definitely been one of the stars of the show.
He has, yeah, and his hat. Number 4, how about this one, DB? Number 4, remember, we're only 5 weeks away from seeing Spurs back in action. They're currently, by the way, if you look at the league table, they're 20th on no points.
Yeah, I mean, who's at that?
I don't know.
I am...
5 weeks away, is that all it is? The start of football. Look at Joe pigging his. Look at him. That's a producer hard at work. Is that a beef burger? I wish we could turn the cameras around. Can we do that? Can we turn the camera around?
Nah, Joe's...
No, you say that. Go on, turn one round.
No, just
turn one round, Joe. Look. No, let's do it. It's all live. No, there you go. Here you go. So this is our producer, Joe, right? Who's worked, by the way, he's worked tirelessly hard. But this is him. This is what we look at.
The camera doesn't turn.
It will in a minute. They'll cut to it. There you go. That's producer Joe. I know some of you are listening and can't see it. That's producer Joe. Hard at work. Carry on eating, Joe. It's an Italiano. He's just keyed through to me. Pig in his face. That's what I've got to look at while I'm talking to Darren Bent. Disgusting behaviour. Would that cheer you up? That'd take your mind off England losing.
Yeah, it would be. But you know what I will say? Like, listen, it's not a positive, but it's definitely not. Actually, I'll let you do the 5 and then I'll come in.
Okay, number 5, remind yourselves that at least you're not Scotland, who got knocked out a month ago. Was it this tournament they were in?
Yeah.
Was it really? I thought it was a different tournament.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
Was it this one? A month? That's unbelievable. They got knocked out this tournament before it even began.
Yeah, they didn't make the third.
Yeah, it says here, these are not my words, all Wales, Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland who didn't even qualify. This is have a laugh at them. I think they're laughing at us today, right?
Yeah. But no, what I will say is, for every Arsenal fan
Yeah.
that's out there, obviously we wish all the best to Liba because it could be 5 months. That's a bit of a worry. Declan Rice, Saka. But one thing people were hoping for was that England win the World Cup so people would forget about Arsenal win the Premier League. That was always the big thing. Yeah, if England win the World Cup, no one would forget about that. When they didn't, Arsenal Premier League champions. Go on, the Gunners. Well, champions.
And I've got a whole month. I've got
a whole season of that.
Season.
Honestly, people said to me, don't worry, England will win the World Cup and people won't even remember Arsenal win the league. Well, that didn't happen.
We're trying to cheer people up.
Here we are, Arsenal fans all over the globe. As we met someone last
Yeah, but
night.
you're disgraced because yesterday or the day before you said you'd rather England, Arsenal win the League Cup than England win the...
Yeah, because I love Arsenal.
Even yesterday when we were watching it, you're down on your phone having a text, you're talking to other people in the bar, you pay no attention to the game.
I'm a man of the people.
I was nearly crying, by the way,
I knew
yesterday.
you was.
1-0 up. I was so emotional on 82 minutes. I was actually thinking I'm going to a World Cup final.
I know, yeah. No, but I was chatting to I can't remember his name now, but a very nice
Oh,
man.
good mate of yours, yeah,
Who,
can't remember his name.
now,
there you go, man of the people.
Hey, Max, what's that guy's name?
No, Max, don't tell him. Can't remember his name. No.
Ryan?
No, couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
great guy, Ryan.
Oh, yeah,
works for
great guy, yeah,
works for
great
the,
guy.
I think the Philadelphia for a New York branch of Arsenal.
Yeah, you don't know his name, you don't know who he works for.
Arsenal, one of the biggest sites in the States now.
He would say he works for him.
Brilliant, man. But as I said, for every Arsenal fan out there, there's always a silver lining. We are champions.
You have been listening to World Cup Drive here at Virgin Hotels, New York City. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. We're off to see Jimmy Fallon tonight.
I've got to get a haircut first.
We don't have to.
Okay, I've got to get
Look at my, what'd you make of my hair?
It's all over the
Yeah, he's all over.
Look, you know what, it doesn't look that bad, though.
But it needs a trim, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm taking a risk here, because...
What? Oh, yeah, you're going to a... We'll see tomorrow. You're going to a hairdresser here.
Yeah. I googled him.
I hope he shaves it off.
Nah, don't touch my beard. No, do you know what, I might just get a line-up.
I don't know what that means.
So basically, the outer line of my beard, hair and that, rather than letting them actually try and fade me up.
Excuse me. You need to do something. You look very scruffy. Sadly, it wasn't to be for England again, but don't be too sad. We'll be back with you from 4 o'clock tomorrow, right here in New York, and we'll be joined, how about this, by AJ Tracy and Super Ali McCoist.
AJ Tracy's still kicking about?
Still kicking him out. We can't get rid of him. Next up, Adam Catchwell brings you Kickoff with Dean Ashton and Rory Jennings. Thank you for staying with us for the last 3 hours. We can't go out on James Blunt. Goodbye, my listener. We'll see you tomorrow at 4.
You have been the one for me.
Wow. Performance of the tournament. France absolutely didn't do anything.
Out with a
Had a
whimper.
nightmare performance. Yeah, whimper without no fight. But Spain, wow. That was watching Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, that was. The way they were popping that ball past France to death. France couldn't handle the passing style of Spain. They weren't pressing as a team. You saw a team there in Spain, and you saw France with superstars that all had a nightmare of a game. And very poor performance from France. I'm sure they're going to be getting a lot of stick. Luckily, we got Emmanuel Petit on at the end of the show, and he's going to be thinking to himself, didn't see that coming.
I couldn't stop thinking about Manu last night.
Yeah,
I thought, oh my! Even the show yesterday, I felt that we had such a build-up in favour of France. Have we
haven't seen that-
completely underestimated Spain?
We've underestimated them, but rightly so in the sense of their performances in this tournament. You know, they haven't performed to the level they did last night. Sometimes we talk at start of tournaments that it's not about how you start.